For the prayers of our Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us. Amen. Good evening. My name is Father Joseph Swaden. For those new here, I've worked in Orthodox Apologetics since 1998 and I'm the founder of NFTU, True Orthodox and Ecumenical News, since 2004. We've been in the apologetic space on Facebook since 2016 and on YouTube since 2018. And if you appreciate what we do here, please like and subscribe. Excuse me. Today we do our live Q&A session where you can get your questions answered live as well as member-requested video reviews. Where? You can't hear me. Is that true for everyone? Can anyone hear me? Let me know. I can't hear anything. Okay. This doesn't make sense. Hold on. Output is yeah, it's my usual microphone. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we got some confusion here. All right. Today's our live Q&A session where we can get your questions answered live as well as member requested video reviews. And as always, let's get started. If you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, click the link at the top of the YouTube chat, or you can click the StreamYard link in the X chat, or on Odyssey. It's the same chat link. And if you want your question or comment, I'll be taking super chats from the YouTube chat. And if you want your question or comment without super chatting, I'll answer it, but you might miss it if I don't put it up. So let's get started with the comments. Father Antonios, good evening. Good evening. Let me see here. Phronimo says, good evening, everyone. Amanda says, good evening. Emotionally Unpersuaded says, hi. Demetrius says, hi. How is everyone today? I can't hear you. Member chat, little wing with greetings, fellow pilgrims. And so if you want your comment on the screen, super chat, or become a member. And that's the easiest way. Okay, so it sounds like, yeah, okay. The majority of people can hear me. So, okay, now you can hear. All right, perfect. Okay, and I can hear everything loud and clear. Thumbs up, Demetrius. Okay. Let's see here. Today's an interesting, I'm hoping it's going to be interesting. We'll see. I granted, I will say that the Epstein files thing being thrown out over the weekend is probably the most exciting thing. That's why I put them as clickbait in my the video description thumbnail. I don't have actually much to say about that except it's all just coming out in the wash and people are dealing with it. And that's gonna be a while. Let me see here. Emotionally Unpersuaded says, can I visit your parish? I have a small house mission. I do not have a proper parish. In any case, let's see here. I did want to talk about something though, and it's going to be marginally unrelated. Well, it's still related because it has to do with communism, and communism is important here. And what I mean by that is basically the YouTube algorithm, because I do spend time on YouTube because I do this, was recommending an odd kind of thing to me. I happen to I watch, like, I don't know if you've ever seen a gentleman by the name of Louis Rossman, but basically he runs a repair shop or a repair group, and it's a pretty big business that he does. And his whole thing is the right to repair your items and things like that. But he's gone into other things like user privacy and so on and so forth. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been a fan of him for a while, but a random video showed up. Okay, how about the book? Fair question, Leonidas. How about the book? I am going through the section right now, the last chapter still. I thought I would have it done, but this week turned into a massive cold slop across the week that made everything very difficult. I was not able to sit down for a day and just finish it, and it's been a horrendous week. So yeah, it's coming. Hopefully this week, God willing. But from what I heard, there's going to be another snow that's going to be just as bad. So this is just not the greatest of times. Kind of really, took me off. It knocked me off my feet a bit. So it's that's kind of that's kind of been where that is. And of course, today, as we know, is the beginning of the Lenten Triodium. So it's the Sunday of the Publican of the Pharisee, a fast free week. Um, just so you know, yeah, it's been kind of a crazy time, but we're going right into Great Lent. And it feels like January just flew by, which it did, and things aren't slowing down, so things are going in quite a bit. So yeah, Leonidas, I do apologize. I was hoping it would be done by this week, but then the snow happened and has continued to happen, and it's pretty bad. So it just messed up everything for everybody. So I hope that helps. Let me see here. Emotionally Unpersuaded says, will you debate Demetrius? I assume you mean Metropolitan Demetrius, about his recent statements about other synods needing to join them. I first off, I don't think I'm in the business of debating bishops. That's not how I roll. I respect bishops. I don't take off their titles. And I understand where he's coming from when he said what he did. And I believe that he did not mean to be offensive about it. But people were going to get offended by the message. There's no way around that. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to debate him. I wouldn't. First off, bishops are too busy to debate. Second off, I don't know that I'd debate anyone on this topic because it's one that, it's not my business. So it just feels like I'm not like, there's like, millions of Roman Catholics and Protestants that we can reach out to. And I'm going to start a fight with true Orthodox people. Like, the circular firing squad is real. Let's see here. Yeah. No, yeah, Demetrius, I thought you were talking to me. Yeah, why would I debate Demetrius here? He didn't do anything to me. And I don't think he said that. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Gabriel Michael says, we have same weather here near you, 11 degrees now, temperature falling 1 degree an hour. Yes, every night has been a nightmare in terms of the heating and just yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. Let's see. And front of him can hear me now. Good. All right. So yeah. So today's the Sunday was the Sunday of the Publican and Pharisee. Again, it's a fast free week. Next week is when the fun starts. When we start having to look at fasting. Sunday of the Prodigal Son, and then Meat Fair Sunday is the week after. So that is we're already there. It only feels like Nativity was just this month. It's actually starting pretty early. And when it starts early, that usually means a longer Apostles fast. So that's going to be, this should be a good year. We'll see. Okay. So anyway, as I was mentioning, because I was talking earlier about this Louis Rossman fellow. He's a good guy. At least, on TV. And the point is that somebody, I guess, did a video appeal to him, and it showed up in my stuff, like in my algorithm provided slop. And I was like, what is this? And I watched it, and I thought I was going to share it with all of you because it turned out to be about something really important I had absolutely no clue about whatsoever. So I'm just going to share it because it just goes right into it. Emotional and Persuaded asked, "Will Father Boniface be joining us today? God willing." I think I'm assuming he will get to it when he's ready and whenever he wants to come on. Hopefully, I see him and Reader John soon. But until then, let's get to this video, which I thought I think it's worth sharing. Is my point.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I know you're very busy, so I'll try to keep this as concise as possible. First off, I want you to know that you have no reason to feel like you failed when it comes to right to repair, or maybe that you're failing with flock safety. You inform the public in a way that inspires people like myself to take action. And it wasn't until your video promoting the whole Denver situation and the Denver town hall that made me realize what was actually going on in my own neighborhood. I had no idea that my local government was installing an AI mass surveillance system amongst our homes without our consent. in flagrant violation of Carpenter v. United States with the Supreme Court decision. My name is Evan, and I'm a Marine Corps veteran that had the privilege of serving as an embassy security guard in 3 different countries for a year each. One of those countries was China, and there I got to experience how this AI mass surveillance system is used as a primary tool of subjugation for an entire population. I got to read actual reports of authoritarian Chinese government rounding up entire ethnicities in a way where they couldn't hide because of the AI mass surveillance system and sent them off to literal gulags. I saw people speaking at your Denver town hall and other town halls and council meetings. And although their efforts are inspiring, everybody is talking to their local governments with the same meek and milquetoast demeanor you'd expect of somebody complaining about a plastic bag ban. Our local governments have crossed the line into territory where they are no longer constrained by the Constitution, and they are installing the infrastructure that is a primary tool of oppression over populations by an authoritarian regime. These are our elected public servants, not mommy and daddy, not our masters, and they need to be reminded of this. I'm in Jefferson County, Colorado, which is most of the territory between Denver and the mountains, as you can see behind me. Our sheriff is in her first term, and she's up for re-election this year. Sheriff Marinelli won because she's a reasonable person who has championed human rights throughout her entire law enforcement career, and she genuinely has my respect. Unfortunately, Flock Safety's primary business model is to prey upon the technological illiteracy of our elected officials, and that's something they found here in Jefferson County. The sheriff has put in 25 AI mass surveillance system cameras from Flock, and in their attempt to use the system responsibly, they are only using it to let dispatch know when flagged vehicles have passed by. They are intentionally and very publicly stating that they're not using the rest of the features of this system, but they're still installing the same system all over our community, amongst our homes, amongst our families. I asked the Board of County Commissioners and the Sheriff's Office what date would work best for them in about 90 days to hold a town hall meeting to discuss this so they can give us their side of the story of what exactly is going on. The commissioners deferred to the sheriff, and the sheriff and her public affairs officer asked me to come in for a private meeting next week, Thursday, January 29th. We agreed to a 15-minute presentation and a 15-minute Q&A to discuss what the town hall would be about. And this is how it's going to go. I'm telling the sheriff what I've told you here and a bit more. In addition to how irresponsible it is to do business with a company like Flock Safety, who has a very public disdain for the American people and their rights, and I'm giving her 2 choices. Option 1, you be the leader that our law enforcement community needs and that Jefferson County deserves. You turn off these cameras today and you release a statement to the public saying you have heard us and acknowledge how violating and unconstitutional this system is that you've installed, and you get the county commissioners to put this issue of AI mass surveillance on the ballot this November. If the ban does not pass, then you at least have the consent of the people to use the system until it inevitably ends up at the Supreme Court and getting banned. See Carpenter versus United States. Option 2, if you're determined to force this government AI mass surveillance system onto the people without their consent, then you become the issue on the ballot this November. We'll see how the people feel about you playing the legal equivalent of I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you when it comes to our rights. And we'll see how they feel about the lie you've been peddling that this AI mass surveillance system that you've installed amongst our communities is an automatic license plate reader. Your campaign slogan is going to be,
You know, we have cameras in that town and you can't get a breath of fresh air in or out of that place without us knowing, correct?
and these your campaign signs, a constant and perpetual reminder of your lack of judgment that can't keep up with how fast technology is moving. We voted Marinelli because we wanted progress, and instead we got Marinelli's mass surveillance. Lewis, we have to start holding these people accountable in a way that actually impacts them. No more suggestions in the box, no more begging during our legally allotted 3-minute public comment time frames. Action. Pounding the pavement and making the public aware of what the sheriff is actually doing to them. That's where you come in, Lewis. Jefferson County is ripe for drastic change that brings attention to this matter. I've never ran an activist organization before, but as of today, I'm starting DFLOC Colorado with the express intent of getting this banned in the state. And we don't have the time this year to get it on the statewide ballot. It takes 125,000 signatures to get an issue like this in the ballot, but we will in future elections. And right now, I think we can make a huge impact here in Jefferson County and put this giant spot in the map where this shit is not legal anymore. I'm thoroughly convinced that our sheriff is a reasonable person and can be persuaded into doing the right thing. And if she's not, I have a duty to make a spectacle out of getting her out of office. My question to you is, can I name drop you during this presentation of the sheriff as a person who brought so many people to the Denver town hall meeting? Additionally, once we know what option the sheriff is going to take, can you please promote this town hall meeting to the people of Jefferson County the same way you did with Denver? Like I said, I want to make a spectacle out of this, and I'm genuinely not looking to get anything out of this other than a better world for my children. And as Thomas Jefferson said, I've swore upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man, and I have to fulfill that oath. Thank you for your consideration. Keep up the good fight. Don't lose hope. America has a lot of fight left.
So yeah, I decided to put that. I decided to start with that. And I will get to, of course, the standard church questions that we are known for this week. But before I do that, I just was a little concerned after seeing this video in the algorithm. Um, thank you for that. Yep, I agree. And I was like, okay, this is bad for Colorado. And then I was like, I found I was like, I asked, are there any of these things near me? And it turns out the town below me has like 60 of them. And then I found out from someone else, they're closer than I thought, like a lot closer. So if you go to, let me, okay, so let's get back to around, Northeast Pennsylvania. There aren't too many, but there's a lot. All of these numbers indicate, like, let's just go here, State College. You can see these cameras here. Flock Cameras, apparently, this is a new company, came out like 7 or 8 years ago, and has gone into over 1,800 municipal communities in the United States. These cameras are actually built with solar panels, as you saw in the video, so they don't actually even require the power grid. They just record. And they use AI predictive programming to try to pre-guess crimes. This is the same technology that they're using in China, by the way. And what's the relation? Communism, because they want to bring that here, or I should say they already are. So if you go to dflock.me, which is the map I'm looking at, believe it or not, you can see what's near your town and what's watching you nearby. Let's see here. Yeah, now let's I'm going to take off the map then, and I think I've made my point here, and I hope that if you aren't concerned about surveillance in your community, it's time to become concerned. All right, so let's get to the comments. Reconquista says, did you see Elpidoporus doing Elpidoporus things, praying with lesbian clergy? I did. Not only that, there is, of course, an article on orthodoxtraditionalist.com. So if you go to the blog, share this tab, and let's put that there at stage. Yeah, he's already written up on it. He's already doing the 2026 review of ecumenism, and it's 40 pages long, and that's January alone. So this is the latest article on it. Heretics and a Lesbian Cleric, Archbishop Elfidoporus' latest ecumenist scandal. And of course, they don't see it as a scandal because they're into it, but I shall put a link for everyone to take a look. Definitely worthwhile reading. Always gross, always ecumenist, always weird. That's just what they do. Let's see here. New calendar parishes throw the calendar off this morning. Publican and Pharisee, this vigil entry into the theater. Yeah, it all goes out of whack because of the new calendar. Yeah, and let's see here. So, Romagata says, why are about other synods coming under GOC? Why not? Is it not the biggest and all confessions are the same? So, Royal Core went to MP, True Calendar scattered, and it's not right that it would be considered schism. Yeah, I don't consider the divisions among True Orthodox to be a schism, to be schisms, but I would say that it is nice to see a level of organization, and I would think if you're the largest True Orthodox organization in the country, one that does not have like a clear confessional stance, because let's face it, we're a minority among millions and millions of heretics. But yeah, I think that I don't blame anyone who views things that way. Reconquista says those in Florida vote Fishback. Yeah, Fishback is he's really calling people out. So, and no AI data centers in Florida. No way. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if the state would ban data centers for just too much money. Romagata says, continued, why are all other two TO synods opposed to this all join GOC? Honest question, no disrespect. It's the airing of historical grievances is what it all comes down to, Romagata. It's just, it's ultimately some of these divisions will be solved only by the hand of God when he takes some people away from us. He says getting a lesbian to change her mind is impossible. I I don't know. Why? I don't. Okay. Hiroshi Majula says, "Okay, get him to shut up, please. Thanks." Not sure who you're talking about. Are you talking about the video I was watching? Because it finished. Ramagata says, in short, all AI is demonic data centers, ICE overreach to surveil entire neighborhoods of your phone, personal computer in name of illegals. It's an excuse to surveil people to control one world government antichrist. Absolutely true. But the way to take back privacy is ultimately there's got to be a way to stop, these cameras. But, he says they can catch us by our Wi-Fi. Yeah, but the data is limited. It's much more limited. Now, with every smart device, you add more surveillance. If you have an Alexa device, for example, or a Google Smart TV, those are usually capable of doing some surveillance. But there's still ways to fix that. Let me see here. And Little Wing says, agree, Romagata. Yep, absolutely. Emotionally Unpersuaded says, this is insane. This is the world we live in, and it's kind of, people who are pretending it's not this bad. It's this bad. But there are steps that I don't doom about it, because there are steps you can take to make life better and have less surveillance. There's not much you can do. Well, I mean, there is stuff you can do with a camera on the street, but I'm not advising anyone do anything like that yet. Although there have been people who do that. Like if you watch this video, hold on, this is kind of the English version, the British version of the British version of the stuff, what they're doing here, except it's much worse over there. They have all these surveillance cameras. They're called ULEZ cameras.
Do you remember the cunts from Gantry reinstalling the ULEZ cameras that we took down? Well, yeah, we've escalated the situation. We've just put the head cover on these and about to decapitate it and send the head over to the cunt's mother. Hopefully she doesn't have to produce another cunt like him. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
So yeah, apparently there are organizations in England that are just taking down these cameras. Now, I am obviously not saying that is the solution, but it's let me see here. Let's see. Harassment who want to make lesbian straight. That I'm not even. No, there's no. I'm not discussing that. Front of a municipality says, "What's happening, y'all? I got back. I showed a video on the surveillance cameras that are now in thousands. They're in the thousands all over the country. Let's see. I don't know what Nazi policy us and Father Joseph is. Show us Metcalf's. What the? Harassment. You're not making much sense." There's a video on it. You have to look it up. Wi-Fi travels through walls and maps your homes. That's why lead paint was removed, not because of health, but because Wi-Fi couldn't travel through them. I know that Wi-Fi can do some traveling, but it takes some work to decode that. It's not the fastest way. By comparison, like the Roomba or the Alexa devices are much bigger on surveillance, or on potential surveillance, because officially they don't officially do that. Apostles Fast new calendar 2026 looks like what this year? I wonder if there even is one. The longer the Apostles Fast, the more likely that new calendarists are going to have it. So let me just take a look here. Hold on. Apostles Fast 2026. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. They looks like the new calendars are gonna have an Apostles Fast of about 21 days. So that means ours will be about 34 days. So yeah. And that's, it's a pretty long one this year, but not the far from the longest. Okay, Reconquista says, Orthodox Traditionalist says that's definitely the solution. I hate those cameras. But I had no idea there were so many. Once again, if you have not been there and you'd like to know how close these surveillance cameras are from you, just go to dflock.me and you can see that. Let me see here. Emotional and Persuaded says Israel is behind this. maybe, but most likely this was sold to police departments. They see it as convenience. And the problem is that it's not convenient. It's questionably unconstitutional. Little Wing says it's definitely a technocratic world in 2026, and it's just the beginning. Yeah, but there's things that can be done. We don't have to go along with it. Let's see. Reckon Jesus says use copper paint to stop your Wi-Fi from traveling into your home. That sounds expensive. Emotional person it gives cancer though. Harashma Eula says look up Metcalf sniper. Okay, I will look up Metcalf. What is a Metcalf sniper? Is this the thing from 2013? Uh-huh. They attacked a substation and they destroyed a bunch of AT&T fiber optic cables. Yeah. Reckon he says Epstein apparently lived in the Vatican with Pope John Paul. I find that really hard to believe, unless I didn't see anything like that in the documents. Let me see here. What else we've got going on? Let's see. All right, so that's I think that's kind of I guess the news recap we have here. Okay, what's this? Speaking of lesbians, did you see the ones that led Elphador in prayer? Yes, we put up your article. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. It just doesn't surprise me. Harashma says, is government surveillance anti-Orthodox? Well, considering it's used by the communists, I would basically put it in that category. Yes. And Harashma says, shoot the cameras. You'd have to be a really good shot. I think there are better ways. I'm not saying that. I mean, it's a camera lens. It can be covered with any number of substances. It doesn't even need to be shot out. Although in England they just do the what's that kind of chainsaw that's the ankle biter or whatever. They use that and they just chop the whole thing down because these things are not big. They're 6 to 10 feet in height, and a baseball bat. Exactly. Now the key is, I'm not even reading that Requiem Keys to it. Yeah. So the point is that it is Go Arch Gone Wild, Orthodox traditionalist. It really is. And so, the point is there's all sorts of ways to make, I mean, the most obvious one is, what's that stuff called? Flex Seal. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying that if you did do it, it would be a pain and expensive on the county to remove it and stuff. But a chainsaw, yep. And Romagata says, is that lady a bishop in the prayer thing with LP? How can you be a woman bishop? Welcome to Anglicanism, everybody. I believe it was it this week? It was this week that Sarah Mullally, basically they made her the Archbishop, quote unquote, of Canterbury. Now it makes me want to find that because that was this week, I believe. Heckler, because yes, there was someone there and protesting, and so Heckler versus Sarah, Archbishop of Canterbury. Came right up. There you go. So let's put that. Why not put that on the screen while we're doing that? And yeah. Let's see here. 1 second. And so apparently, the Archbishop Sarah Mullally was installed as the Archbishop of Canterbury of the Anglican Church. To be fair, many have protested this, so I don't want to present it like everyone endorses this. And also, to be fair, she's married, so she's not Okay. Anyway.
And that no person has appeared in opposition to the confirmation.
Full opportunity having been given for opposers to appear, whose objections could be lawfully received, and none having appeared as ordered, we now proceed with the
None having appeared as ordered. That's great. So yeah, that's let me see here. What's it called? Let's see. Yeah, I think the 5G tower should be removed. I'll put that to compromise says put a spray painter on a drone. Oh, that I mean, not that I'm advising people should do that, but I mean, if that would work pretty. They do have those spray painting drones. My. Yeah. I'm not advocating for any of this. That's violence against inanimate objects. Recklin Kisa says, I think the 5G towers should be removed because first they affect people's health. Yes, I do know about that. One family member suggested shungite, which if you have some shungite, you put it on the windows, etc. It actually blocks out a lot of that. So that's useful. Emotionally persuaded says better make them spend money on getting a whole new one than just replacing the lens. Yeah, that's true. 5G is the greatest thing to happen to us as a nation. Orthodox Traditionalist says she's a bishop for the Lutherans. She's not an actual bishop. Correct. Romagata asks, who is Canterbury under? And don't forget number 3 in previous question. Canterbury is its own religion since 1546, when they separated from Rome and became the Anglican Church. Melt the lens with lasers. Okay, and let me see for number 3 in previous question. A woman with sexual preference ought to be celibate bishops, right? Think about it. So confused. Yeah, no. The Anglicans have allowed marriage among all levels of their clergy since forever, and even sodomite relationships. So unfortunately, yeah. And Muslim persuaded has a bunch of emojis. Okay. So yeah, we're in the 30-minute mark. So time to bring up stuff. And here goes. So help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. Once again, today's goal is going to be a little bit weird because this month the past month was weird. First off, the interest rates and everything they get wrapped up and they're in the taxes went up this year. And so basically what was enough to cover became higher. And so I'm about $80 short on a mortgage. The other reason I'm short is because the Bitcoin's a bit volatile, and I did not convert the peak. And so that was on me, but I ended up being about like $80 short. I have $80 I still owe to Cash App, and of course, there's still the stairs. It's the beginning of the month, and I just paid those. So basically, I'm putting for my goal today. We're putting 240. Again, help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating. There's various options. Hopefully, we get the super chats. If basically, I always give myself weird numbers because it's 75%. So, well, in this case, that's not a weird number. So, if we reach $180, we will go an additional hour. So that's the goal. The immediate goal is, can we get to 10:30 with $180? I hope so. And if not, well, that's life. All right, that's the compromise. Says 240. Let's go. Yes. I got into a Facebook beef with someone protecting a bishop that marched with MLK. Romagata says, but how she led a prayer in the Orthodox Church so us lay people can just go do that. Not in a true Orthodox Church, a traditional Orthodox Church, that's not allowed. Unfortunately, it is allowed among the ecumenists. So that just is another reason to stay away from the ecumenists. Let's see, crypto market crashed last few weeks. I don't know about crashed. You have to realize it took a severe dip and one that affected everyone's pocketbook. That's absolutely true. But what we have to understand is when we're talking about the metals market, like Recklin Keys to mention the metals market, the silver market crashed. Silver is at $80. Silver has never been at $80. Silver literally went to $100 for the first time ever, and people are talking about it crashing. It did not crash. It's at $80. Previously, silver was $30 2 years ago. It is never going back to $30 or $50. or it could go to $50. That's my honest assessment. That the bottom is $50, but realistically, we're probably not going to see that anytime soon. Let's see. Father Josiah a year ago did a thing about Martin Luther King, got a ton of backlash. Obviously he's controversial, and I think he's going to be more controversial over the next year or two as they keep releasing. From what I understand, they're going to be releasing the Martin Luther King files, and I think it's going to be shocking a lot of people. Parentheses says maybe Orthodoxy will grow in England now. Push for it. Just, you got it. There are Orthodox communities. For Orthodox communities, use the maps. Use the maps. They are now clean. I've noticed that certain awful individuals are gone, and the maps are perfect. So you now have full confidence. You can use the two maps at the bottom of our description, and let's see. Red is green and green is red for me. Yeah, I invest that way, but what I didn't do is I didn't convert that way. And unfortunately, a weekend dip wiped out, well, for me, it wiped out about $80. And so, which was my standard stable mortgage payment. So it all went crazy. Monster 70 says silver hit 118 before the correction happened. Yeah, but the correction leaves us at 80, which is like way over what it was this time last year. It was like 35. So yeah. Copper is the real moneymaker. Yeah, I mean, copper has its value. Don't be fooled. Silver is going to the moon. It will be crazy. The paper trading is $500 to everyone else. As long as you can still buy it, I would buy it. Hold on. Orthodox Traditionalist says the map has a GOC parish in Iowa that is not there anymore in Sioux Falls. I will, I guess, send me a note, send me a note on that OTP just so I can try to message that guy. I don't have a good connection to him. I don't know exactly who he is, but I know people who know how to reach him. So, copper is an amazing. It wasn't always. It used to be what our pennies were made of. But I have $100,000 worth of copper I got from that. I would hold on to that. I would make make them into ingots and things like that. You can always do that. I know that a lot of people are doing that with aluminum even. So you'd be surprised. Let's see here. What else is going on here? But yeah, so it's been an interesting week. Especially an interesting month. And if you are a silver holder, which you're probably in a good spot right now. But even if you're a crypto holder and you're seeing a dip, that goes away. It always goes over. So yeah, let's see. I mean, we covered the Triodian, we covered the lesbian priestess thing, which of course they don't care about because it keeps happening. And let's see. Yeah, copper is affected by output of the economy. Bad economy will drop the price of copper. I mean, that's true of every metal, every commodity. Ultimately, is that it's the economy can affect it. But the real value of precious metals is that they're tangible, and that's kind of what that, or the metal and the crypto arguments kind of combine here, because obviously one is tangible, one's not. But yeah, either way, all better than holding the dollar, I guess. Not that I don't think that the economy can recover. I do. It just hasn't yet, and so I am now with some concern. I couldn't just lose it. I don't think I did. Yeah, I could have sworn I had like an ounce of silver or something, and I feel like it's lost. No, that's not it. And for those wondering about my glasses, there was a screw that broke, and I don't, because I've mentioned that I have issues with my hands that I'm still trying to get checked with the doctor. I don't have the acumen to put together the glasses again, even though it's just a single screw. So I'm going to have to maybe try in better light. But Anyways, yeah, copper pays my bills. I believe it. Especially if you have that much. So, all right. So let's see here. Again, this is our live Q&A session. So, if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link in the top of the chat. Normally there's a wait time, but right now there isn't because, well, it's pretty quiet today. That's okay. I don't mind a quiet Sunday. So we'll see what else is going on. I wonder if there was there any video in that article? Let me just see here. Let me see. Hold on, I gotta share this. This is such a hilarious picture. Hold on. So let me switch. Hold on. Father Boniface, Benedici Day. Orthodox Map is an NFTU coin. You know, it's funny because of NFTs, even though NFTU obviously predated their existence by years, because of NFTs, people assume that I am in some way in the NFT space. So oftentimes my X account will be tagged in one of these airdrops and other things. And it's pretty funny because I always thought NFTs were kind of a scam. But yeah, so okay, and let me see here. And with a member chat, Benedict and Little Wing asked for a blessing. You should be. And he is Bishop Tikiko has had to move out and he's done. He's for real done now, right? Like, no way for him to be reinstated. Not among their clergy. I mean, he can always, repent and, maybe join somebody in the true Orthodox. So, let me see here. Yeah, Roma got to Orthodox Racialist says he's a pseudo bishop anyway. What does it matter? Well, the hope would be that maybe he could, make a decisive break from the ecumenists. And so let me see here. Yeah, this picture gets me. All right, it's like not only do you have all these heretics put together, but then you just have this lady in corduroy pants or something there, and it's there might be two. I mean, I don't know. That looks like it could be a girl on the side also. So I have no idea. You see here, and here she is leading the prayer, and they're all like huddled around her. Oh yeah, so that is another lady. Okay, so you have the one lady with the corduroys, and you have this other lady in a cassock. Yeah. Wow. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Recognition says gay. Yep, that's true. But anyway, so once again, as I said, this is our live Q&A session. So if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link at the top of the chat. As I've described earlier, due to just plain issues and owing various money things, the goal today is 240. If we can get to 180 by 10:30, we'll continue the stream for another hour. Otherwise, well, we won't. But right now we're at 0, so that's good. Embarrassing. Okay, so yeah, but all right. So here we are. So again, questions, comments, you can put them in the chat. You can jump on stream. You can tell me why I'm wrong to my face. And whatever you kind of want to do there. So let's take a look. But anyway, and if you think I went wacky because I started talking about surveillance, as I said, look at that dflock.me map and find out what's near you, and you're going to probably be surprised. I wonder if Elpidophoros is gay. I don't know. I mean, the problem is that I've heard of go archbishops who were that way, but I've also heard of go archbishops with secret mistresses. So, yeah. Emotionally Unpersuaded says, what coins should I invest in? Well, as I mentioned, we take BTC, LTC, and XMR, which is Monero. So I endorse those. That's it. Like, that's literally it. I don't endorse any of the other ones. I realize there's staking options and all sorts of things and altcoin drops and blah, blah. I stick with what's reliable. And so, yeah, those are, in my opinion, those are the best ones. And right now, while they're low, and I'm, a little broker because of it, enjoy the dip. 77,000 on BTC is actually, that's more marginally on lower average. So we're probably going to see it go back to 100 soon enough. But this is not financial advice, and I am not a financial professional. So, but yeah, just that. Yeah, I reckon he says, even if I was a heretic, I wouldn't go that far to gain us. Yeah. Franz Easing says, guards possibly doing this to see how far they can push their flock before they start to leave in droves. Yeah, sorry, just the whole flock camera thing. And oh boy. So let's see here. So again, if if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment or tell me why I'm wrong, or that's always fun. Please click the link to the top of the chat. Yeah, it is interesting that they name those cameras flock, and the idea behind it, from what I understand from reading the background information, is they actually name each one of these spying devices after birds. Because I think the idea is that, like, they're placed where you would kind of expect a bird to be perched, and so instead of a bird, it's a horrible surveillance device. Um, so yeah, yeah. Jinx. No, I don't believe in jinxes. But in any case, let's see here. So yeah, it's all right. Well, it's good talking to y'all, and we'll see you later. No, I mean, I'm here for another hour and 15 minutes. But once again, I'm just gonna put this on the screen now because desperation. Yeah, it's our current goal is 240. I am at 0. And of course, help keep the lights on, support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give and Go. Just look in the description. Let's take a look here. Let's see. LOL. And how many parishes does your synod have in North America? My synod is extremely small. And I think I haven't actually counted recently, but I'm guessing it's around 12. If we have in Canada as well, yeah, probably around 10 to 12. Not all of them are listed. Some of them are missions that are not physically available to see yet. But it's not many. I'm not gonna lie. So in any case, you can go to orthodoxmetropolia.org and count them. But in any case, let's see here. Let's see what else is going on. All right, so people do not have questions today, and that's okay. It's okay to not have questions. I mean, if you do, that was a question technically that we just got, so that's good. Let's see here, and so I'm going to just not be too annoying. Oh, cafe time. If you are trying to get on the Euphrosinos Cafe, let us know in the comments. We do hand approve at the cafe because of the fact that we had a DDoS attack last year. We've had other attacks last year. What's this? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, D. Hold on one moment for a $10 donation. Give me just one moment. I have to update everything. This is always good news. So we are now the goal is 230, and the goal to continue is now 170. So we are at 170, and current goal is now 10. Thank you for that. That's with a Cash App. Thank you for that. And we update. And okay, boom. We are now down to 170, and we'll continue to 11. And okay, NC, thank you. Suddenly, things are moving. We are now down by, let me just put NC via PayPal, and we're now down to a total goal of 210 and 150 to continue. And we're at 30. So if you want to make it so we can make this a 3-hour show, we just have to get to 150 by 10:30 Eastern. And so this is great. Let's continue on. We can do this. And thank you to D and NC for that. Really appreciate that. Emotionally Unprepared says, will your synod go into communion with the GOCK? Our synod is in communion with the Avlona Synod or the GOCA under Metropolitan Cherubim of Bithynia, and we have an American bishop he's on YouTube even. Not as much. I think he's mostly he does podcasts of his sermons. That's Archbishop Irenaeus in Texas. We're already in communion with him, so since they're a Greek synod and the GOC is technically under a Greek synod, probably would be better if they talk to each other. We're not going to jump in the middle of that because we already have an existing communion agreement. So, but you can't ask him, and he is online. But that's something that again, diplomacy. That's all I can say. The answer to all these questions is diplomacy. I have water, so I shall drink some. Okay. So outside of that, again, if you are on the cafe, I think the water went down the wrong way. Okay. Once again, if you're trying to get registered at the Fresno's Cafe, if you're tired of the censorship on the big socials and you've had enough of the stupidity of the X algorithm is getting infuriating. I was donated a membership so that I could produce video on X, which has been to some degree helpful, but at the same time, the algorithm, like, they just made updates to where you're becoming invisible if you are not if you don't have enough positive points. And because we've been downvote brigaded so many times by the diorites and other people, yeah, it's not easy. It feels frustrating kind of talking to the void. However, I will say that there have been there are some really good high profile accounts that I keep in touch with, and so that helps a little bit, but not everyone's that lucky. Not obviously not luck, because we don't believe in luck. Jeff Dutcher says, do any of those synods recognize grace and the mysteries of the world Orthodox? I cannot speak for any individual priest, but officially, nobody on those maps at all recognizes the mysteries of the world Orthodox. So you are fairly safe going to any of them. Wait, sound. Hold on. Okay. What the heck does that mean? Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. What's this? Huh. What on earth is this? Okay, this is on Facebook, so I guess I'll just share it. And let me see here. Let's see. Let me share. This is something called the Orthodox Christian Network. Apparently, I guess it's run by a Mason. I'm not sure what it means. Control F Mason. So they're, I guess, this is some kind of website promising the fullest life through a timeless faith. Okay, and has a whole bunch of people I really don't want to be around. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me follow up here. Occasionally, I get things from various informants. Oh my gosh. Okay, looking. Give me a moment. Going back. Hold on. It doesn't. It's not showing up on mine. Let me look here. Apparently, there's a Masonic group that's associated with this, which is really bizarre. But there's a lot of these people listed, so this is wow. There it is. There it is. This is part of the OCN. This is this is this is part of the Orthodox Christian Network. What? What? Is this real? Oh wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, this is who they follow. So these are their wow. Wow. Just wow. Wow. I mean, I mean, yeah, here that's a freebie here. I'll just put it up. Yeah, apparently they follow at least two and probably more Masonic lodges. What the heck? What on earth? What on earth? Wow. So yeah, that was stout, says front of a municipality. Great paper says thoughts on Dr. Raphael Johnson. Nope, don't have any. I just don't. You know, I'm I deal in the geopolitics of the church and related stuff. Um, you know, as part of my life. Um, I just don't care what the takes are. You know, everyone's got an opinion, and some people have fewer good ones than bad ones. Yeah, Yikes is right. Yeah, they're following four, says Orthodox Jerusalem, so they must be numbers right. Yeah, I'm dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded. Uh, yeah, I think that answer was correct. These two are the best. Question and answer. They go right next to each other very perfectly. You are correct, Bob. Anyway, yeah, insane in the membrane. Okay, anyway. So let's see here. Not that I'm dating myself or anything, because we all know I'm old. Anyway, so let's continue and let's see here. And yeah, so Masons, they got Masons there. That's funny stuff. That's horrible, but actually horrible. Like what? Grand Encampment, Knights Templar. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is terrible. Ah. Matthew Raphael Johnson has spoken highly of you, Father Joseph, despite past issues. Hope it's all good blood between you. Yeah, I mean, we don't really talk anymore. We haven't in haven't almost I'm giving it like a decade. We just haven't. He's he moved on with his life. I was happy that he um I mean I wasn't happy because on the one hand when it's always sad when a priest isn't a priest anymore, but he did find a wife that he's happy with. I mean I don't have anything personal that I hold against him. It's just that when people ask what's my opinion on him, I don't have an opinion anymore. Let me see here, but it's not something I talk about much. Because the world is the world is crazy as it is, so there's just a lot more going on. So I wish the best for everyone, and that includes salvation. So let's see here. What else is going on? I'm looking around. Okay, I'm trying to think. Did I miss anything this week that was particularly crazy? We had as it was it last week or the week before when we myself and Father Boniface went on Need God Net's channel, and we spoke to Ryan, different styles of approach, but the point is that since then it seems a lot of people are interested in NeedGod.net, and I guess we're just trendsetters. So that's why I brought up the whole cameras thing, because hopefully maybe like that'll catch on and people will be like, oh yeah, surveillance state incoming. Maybe we should talk about it. And everyone will forget I said anything about it, which I'm okay with as long as more people know. Yeah. And so Wasn't it that he supported H-Man and that's why he was kicked out? No, he was kicked out because Philitism is a real doctrine of the church and he was denying it. And then he got into it with his bishop and he left. Like, that's all, and then, yeah. Thinking Yugoslavia and denying that Philitism itself is indeed a heresy were why he's kicked out. Yeah. There's nothing, there's nothing in the transcripts, and I was there, that had to do with specifically the H-man or anything like that. It was all ecclesial issues, and that's why bringing it up, it's an uncomfortable topic for me because I was personally involved. Philitism is a doctrine that how do I put this? That nationality is part of one's faith, which it's not. The faith has no nationality. And that was condemned in 1872 because of statements by the Bulgarian church. Ironically, then Constantinople basically tried to run a Philitist organization within Bulgaria. So the ironies are just so rich. The Orthodox Christian Study Centers at Fordham University will continue its LGBTQ focus with this February with its second annual Orthodox Inclusion Weekend. I did hear about that early last week. That was something that was going on the rounds. Let me see if I can find something about that. People was mad because that's just how things work here on the Twitter. Let me just see. Orthodox. That should pull it up pretty quick. Let's see here. Latest. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is, I'm trying to see. Okay. So this is talk about, you see, the problem is that most of the people talking about this, they're talking about the public orthodoxy, the studies at the Fordham Center, and then they jump right to this is CIA funded, and it is probably CIA funded, but you know what they're not paying attention to? They're not paying attention to the hierarchs who are okaying all this. And this is where it's fun to kind of go like, oh, the CIA. And the reason that they do that is because they're literally tankies. Jay Dyer is a tanky. A lot of these are just tankies. And so the point is, so they point to the CIA as CIA bad, but they don't point to their hierarchs who are endorsing what is happening at Fordham. Like, it's just like CIA. Meanwhile, you got like Elpidopoulos doing speeches there and other ones doing speeches there. So the disconnect is stupid. You have these people who are like saying it is CIA, but you know what they're not saying? They're not saying our bishops, which is also true. So let me see. LOL. Yeah, Elpidopoulos beat Fordham to it. Oh, yep, he did. And Matska Stephanie with a single period puts a dot on it. That is correct. And with that, we are now in the second hour. So it is now in like 9:33 or something, 9:32. So that means let's just put up the goal and we'll talk about it. The goal is $210 to continue to get the third hour. We have to reach 150. Our current is at $30. Thank you so much for those donating. Help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. Let's see here. So if anyone wants to assist so we can get to the third hour, then we will. Oh, okay, Matsushka dropped her laptop. That was the I thought you were making a point. I was like, well, very much so. Oh, Father Ananias is loving him some. Did that say homo sandwiches? I don't even know what that means. I mean, Father Ananias may be, weirdo, and he called me clinically insane, and he called True Orthodox in general clinically insane. But I don't think that's a reason that we should start making accusations of this sort. Um, you can say all sorts of things about him that are true. We don't have to make up, stuff that he's not. So, let's see. Ramagat says the difference between the Lord Prayer being said in World Orthodox versus GOC. Glad you asked. I'll tell you. One, in GOC, it's not said with heretics. In GO2, in GOC, when prayer is said, you must be still and respect prayer. Glory to God. Emotionally unpersuaded, it says, donate right now. Yes, do it. Do it. He said we're eating pills. He said we're eating pills in our sandwiches. What? What? He's the guy's unhinged. These guys are like unhinged. Absolutely. Let me see here. Okay. Let's see here. What the heck? Subdeacon Ictarius is finding all the stuff. He's finding all of the stuff, and it is crazy. When I'm a kind of a jaded individual when it comes to this, because I've known for years that these ecumenical meetings happen on a regular basis, and it was never, it just always seemed, overwhelmingly awful. Because he calls us psychotic. He's enjoying himself a gay sandwich with extra pig sauce. Oh, I hope not. That would be bad. Let me see here. Someone get that to compromise says someone gets screenshots of all the Freemason occultic accounts on Orthodox Christian Network. I don't have a Facebook account. Yeah, I'll get them sent to you because there's some screenshots I already have. So what's this thing? Let's take a look. This is now Patto tra Chiese Cristiane in Italia. All right, what is this? What is this? Oh boy. Okay, let's put up some more ecumenical stuff. If you weren't feeling it today, it's apparently this is Google Translate, of course. So this says the Italian Catholic Church, the Italian Episcopal Conference, pact between Christian churches in Italy. And this is between who? Let me see here. Ecumenical Patriarchate, Romanian Orthodox New Calendar Church, Bulgarian Orthodox New Calendar Church, the Moscow Patriarchate, and the Serbians. Here is their pact. Try to preserve through the peace of the United States. Okay, that's a scriptural verse that they're putting into context. Article 1, Foundation of Communion. We recognize that our unity has in its source Christ Jesus, the only Lord and Savior, and the Holy Spirit guides our relationships of authentic fellowship. We confess that every division and misunderstanding between our churches is a wound to the body of Christ and manifests the sin of the churches. We must implore the divine grace of forgiveness and mutual reconciliation. The signatory churches of this covenant undertake to recognize and respect each other as Christian communities animated by the same spirit, avoiding any form of competition, proselytism, or prevarication. Therefore, we are committed to ensuring our allegiance to the covenant. The option for dialogue is a choice to be pursued with determination. I got to read it in Italian because this sounds just awful. In English, it sounds like it was written by ChatGPT. It probably will sound like it was written by ChatGPT over there. Pertanto ci impegniamo la garanzia, la nostra fedeltà al patto. L'opzione per il dialogo è una scelta da Porcari. Okay, yeah, that's enough. It still sounds like GPT. This is terrible. So not only is this a nasty ecumenical document, of course, designed to blur the lines of the church, but also it sounds like it was written by ChatGPT. This is terrible. Orthodox traditionalists. I thought the Bulgarian Patriarchate wasn't ecumenist because they left the WCC. Peter hears no, they are. They have been. So that's true. Reader John is here. Welcome, Reader John.
Father bless.
May God bless you. Name the Father and the Holy Spirit. Okay. I was like, it's getting like kind of lonely up here, and I saw Father Boniface in the chat, but I guess he's still doing stuff. So
because of the extreme cold and the ice and the snow, my fibers kind of been in and out. So
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it's terrible here. It's just causing chaos.
yeah.
Because it's that bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, so let me see here. Did you see Patrick Daniel is combating anti-Semitism? I did not. I have no idea what that's talking about.
Anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That word's pretty popular these days.
Yeah, it's getting like, their people are really being brazen this year.
Oh yeah.
Reader John missed the gay sandwich reference. Oh, he was referring to Father.
Oh no, I heard it. I was a live chat guy for a little bit. I was like, did he just say? Oh yeah, he did.
I mean, I'm not. I feel.
For the record, I don't have anything crunchy. I just have roast beef in my sandwich. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, no crunchy pills.
No crunchy pills.
Wow, but yeah, sad. It's really sad when you think about it. Like, supposedly there are these, big successful, accounts on YouTube. Like, I know he has like 10,000 followers, and they have to like attack us and say stupid
FDDA.
What?
FDDA has 10,000 followers.
Oh, Father Deacon Dr. Ananias Worm, I'm pretty sure.
That's laughable. I wonder if
keep
you had to pay for him.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a thing.
It is, and I can't maybe. I mean, let me just double check. Maybe I'm wrong. And,
you got ding dings.
Yeah, but you know what? All the ding dings are pictures. I'm being sent stuff.
As long as it's not gay sandwiches, we're okay.
No. It's actually he's helping the show. But there's no gay sandwiches there. No, he's helping the show with. I'm getting texts from Subdeacon Ictarius, for example. And
gotcha.
He's sending me like stuff that he's picked up because he's big on this catching the ecumenists at every corner thing. I mean, he's got 40 pages into January's 2026 Handbook of Ecumenism.
Oh yeah.
So let me see.
Yeah, I was surprised by his latest post. I was like, "What? Huh? What? Really?" I guess I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but it goes to a whole new level every time I read a post.
Yeah, well, apparently, this Father Dr. Ananias has 16,001 subscribers. And I'm a bit curious.
Really?
This doesn't totally make sense.
16,000 followers.
He has 16,000 followers, but
how many videos?
Well, he's got a lot of videos, but like I'm looking here, like for example, his latest video is 2 weeks ago, and it has 972 views.
That's it.
And 84 likes. Well, yeah, the thing that's strange about that is because, after 2 weeks, some of my videos here, and I have like, as I said, 1/5 of the followers, they get like half that. And
yeah,
so
you're just gonna recycle up on the feed there, though. I've seen your shorts pop up just randomly sometimes.
Father Boniface is here. Welcome, Father Boniface. Benedicite.
Benedicite. All right.
Let me see here. Reading, he said he recognizes that he blocked me. Matthew 70 says, sad state of affairs is the majority of Orthodox are now in the ranks of just more heretical Protestantism. It means we have a lot more work to do, Matsushka. A lot more. And everyone's trying. Orthodox traditionalist says 47. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. What's up, John? Off topic, but I was reading Way of the Kingdom of Into the Kingdom of Heaven by St. Innocent, the part about the Holy Spirit, has me wondering how much prayer unbaptized people should undertake. Well, I mean, you should be praying even if you're not in the church yet. Definite.
Yeah. But don't go crazy.
Yeah, I reckon he says he got mad because I said he was throwing ad hominem attacks and he's a philosophy teacher. I questioned what he was teaching his students. He also wants to go say language.
Oh, 47. Is that a reference to President number 47?
It could be.
That's the only one I would know.
Yeah. Okay. But in any case, so yeah, that's we're hoping. Let's see here what else is going on. How do my videos have more views than Father Deacon Philosopher Professor Ananias? Your videos are popping off there, OTP. I mean, they are, and your
Yeah.
videos have more views.
Wait.
And he has less followers because he broke 1,000. OTP did just a week or two ago, and it's climbing. But the point
You know what the
is,
difference is?
that he didn't pay for his followers.
Well, that too. But Subdeacon's interviews are actually engaging, and they give us needed information. Versus you watch a Father Deacon, Doctor, Philosopher, or whatever, Ananias, your eyes glaze over within the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, because he's boring. A lot of these people
It's a word
so
salad.
Boring. Like,
It's
it's like some people are interesting. Like, I will say that, like, for example, I don't mind Alex Sorin, the lawyer guy. He actually is interesting to listen to. And like Gene, who occasionally is in our commentary, fun to listen to. But some of these people are absolutely, they're just mind numbing. Like you just fall asleep.
Yeah, there's some World Orthodox stuff.
Nicholas Thompson 83 with $2. Thank you so much.
$2.
That's awesome. And it is a super chat. That's the first one of the night. So thank you so much, Nicholas. And we are adding that. Let me put that in there. And that is N4.
Thank you to all my homies out there.
Hey, I am happy with it. And that makes the number weird. So maybe more people will help. Okay, so now to continue to go past 10 o'clock, we just need $148. And
did Father Boniface give everybody a blessing that requested it earlier?
Oh, I think you were requested.
Some people were waiting for him to come on.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, the Lord bless you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.
There you go.
All
guys.
right. Let's see. Yeah, Reckon he says he's boring as heck, Deacon Ananias. Little Wing says, because you're authentic, OTP, and share real truth with them. Very true. Very true.
Well, he has the best personalities to interview.
All right. Well, and emotional and persuaded, we just got the big Boniface blessing. So there you go.
Yep. I didn't forget.
And so, let's see here. I'm just petty and spiteful. That's all. No, you're not. You do this well. Reader John is HNIC. What is with these acronyms? And I missed some. It said, Nicholas said 6-7. The 47, by the way, is the current page count. Okay.
Well, okay. I thought it was like a political reference. I was like,
did I just get another one? Nicholas Thompson again. Boom, $10. Can you say 6-7? I just did. I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also, thoughts on the Matthewites? I hate.
Didn't we talk about that last week?
I say it all the time. I love the Matthewites. I love the best Matthewites. So I think they're great. As I said, I have family who come from them. So if you're near a Matthewite church and you want to go there, hey. Let me see here.
Reader John is on what?
It says, where does Reader John belong?
Probably not in a nice place. I'm not a great guy.
You're great, Toss, but we have to add that. So we can add that again. Nicholas with a generous $10 donation jumps it up. We're now down to $138. We're up to $42 in the current total, and we are up to a total goal now down to $198. But if we can get to $138, we will continue with a third hour. So let's go.
All right.
Let's see here. Okay. That the compromise says dono for donuts. Reckon he says, did anyone watch Moses the Black? Did the movie come out? What the heck? What's happening?
I don't know. You got some classical flavor to your podcast now.
Yeah, I don't know where it came. I don't know where it came from, but that was nice. Oh, another $2 from Nicholas Thompson. Putting it up. Cool. That's cool. 6-7. Woo. I don't even know what it means. I know it has to do with some song, but I will take that $2. Once again, thank you for your generosity, and we will continue adding to the total. So he's now at 14, and we are now down. We're now up to 44. We're now down to 136 by 10:30 if we can do it. I mean, I'm hopeful. And we are down to 196 for the total goal. So let's continue on. So put it on the screen. Why was 6 why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
I
no.
hear that. I hear that joke a lot because I watch like a lot of these children's programming things with the grandchildren, and that joke is very common. Reconquista says yes, it came out this weekend. I don't even, yeah, I don't even know where to watch it. That's an interesting question. How can you even find them? Where do you watch the Moses the Black film? I mean, I assume it had a big screen release, but it wouldn't be that big.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Are you talking to? Yeah. Let's see. Nice music though. Emotional and Persuaded says, Reader John, we need a face reveal. Let me see here. Okay. He's just throwing in the 6-7s. Got another one. Nicholas Thomason. He's having okay, and now both of my hosts have disappeared. Did you like do something? Is this 6? Is this this what on earth? Some theaters have it. Okay, Father Boniface is back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, okay. There was a glitch, I think, when Reader John went over something. I don't know if he's there. My screen's not
I
big
don't.
enough, but
Yeah, I don't see him here.
it knocked me off. So
Weird.
it happens. I don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll add that. That $2 to the total if I think we haven't already. Let me see here. Sometimes says sleeper agent activation phrase. Interesting. That compromise says aliens. Reckon says, I wonder if Wiz Khalifa converted to Orthodoxy after watching Moses the Black. That to compromise says Reader John Wi-Fi probably died out. Oh yeah, that's true because he did mention that. But we do have to add this to the total. So let's do that. One moment. Yeah, someone's bumping something downstairs tonight. It might be the washing machine, but I don't know. 46. We're down to 134 to get to the third hour and 194 in total. Reader John's back. Welcome back. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That was scary. I was like,
did you hear that romantic music?
Yeah.
That was my wife calling.
Oh, okay. That's when we know he's not a sleeper agent. We said 6-7 and nothing happened. Yeah, but like y'all saying 6-7, and then all of a sudden, both Father Boniface and Reader John drop off, and then all of a sudden I start hearing my wife's phone from downstairs ringing, and I'm like, "Where's my wife?" And there's something like making bumping sounds downstairs, and I was like, I'm like,
"There, my wife's ringtone."
Yeah. Anyway,
awkward.
I just all felt awkward. I'm still looking downstairs with a bit of a side eye, but let's see. Reader John, can we get a face reveal? Emotionally Unpersuaded really wants a face reveal from you, but he's not obligated. A face reveal. Not obligated.
No, you don't want to see a blind guy staring, doing the 1,000-yard stare at you.
Yeah, Little Wing says
Father Boniface has seen me though.
I've seen him. There have been some sightings. Yes.
Oh boy!
I saw him next to Bigfoot. He was walking next to Bigfoot. Yeah. That's when I saw him.
He said I have a face for radio.
That's how funny stuff. I think we're having fun here. Again, it is the second hour. So if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link to the top of the chat. There's no wait time right now. So, and again, if you are trying to get registered on the Frosenos Cafe, just let me know because this is when we let people in during these broadcasts.
If you behave,
the only way in.
No DDoSing.
Yeah, that's how we got to this level of security. So, in any case, let me see here.
And no flocking.
Ramagata says, I was inquiring Reader John belongs TOC because someone said HNIC in the chat. What is that? Hakna or what? I know there's a Jew.
Oh no, I'm not Hogna. I am one baptismal document away from being with Clinico Synod.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay.
If they ever send it to me.
No problem. And there. Reader John Freaking Jesus says Reader John is AI. How dare you? How dare you, Rick?
I am AI. I'm the best kind of AI. I'm actual intelligence. Thank you.
We have the AIs. We have the best AIs. Okay, Nicholas Thompson he's obsessed. He's like, give it up for 6'7". Oh boy. But that's $5 more. So I mean, I will say it as many times as makes money.
I'll tell you what. I'll do a face reveal if you donate a grand.
Whoa! 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 Do I have to give you a cut of that?
There you go. Oh, it goes to you, Father. All goes to you. I don't need it.
Oh wow! Thank you. That's really cool. Okay, yeah, let's do it.
I mean, donate to the channel, not to me. Sorry.
All right, so we are now down to 129 for to get there. 189 is the total goal. 129 to get to the third hour. We are all over the place. Nicholas
flocking.
is having fun. Yeah, we're flocking.
Like birds.
Oh boy!
Don't no forget crunchy sandwiches.
Why is that guy so twisted? Why?
Because he's into that pseudoscience called psychology.
I think he's just mad because I keep going, Father Dr. Ananias Sorum, and then he hears about it and they're like, why does he call you? That's what he used to call
he's
him.
into psychology.
Yeah.
He's into psychology. He's a pseudoscience. I mean, that's not even a real science. He shouldn't even be a real doctor, to be honest.
Nicholas Thompson.
Yeah, I said
shout out to the homie John Pork 6'7" GOC. Batista says, did you see Zoran, mayor of New York, comes out in the Epstein files? I heard it was his mom. Like his mom came out in the Epstein files. That was weird. There is
at least we know how we got him.
There are some people claiming that Epstein's his dad, but I mean, I really don't think that's the case.
I don't like Jews, but I am one.
That's I think one of the more ridiculous things we've heard with the Epstein files.
Daddy.
So what in the world are they doing with 4 million documents?
Well, they released them, and people are going insane.
He might actually be an intelligent asset if they have that much paper on him.
Yeah,
sure. Well, and he has paper on them. I don't know, but
he's more than paper on him.
to have that much documentation means that they've been following him for a long time, which means that why haven't they outed him in the years past?
Yeah. Ramagata says, didn't he diagnose all as a mental disorder? Yeah, he did, and he also labeled me personally as mentally ill, which I thought was great. But I got personally named in the insane people category by Father Dr. Ananias Sorum.
But he's the one who actually went off on a live stream and kind of had like his eyes twitching and stuff. Yeah, we're the ones with the mental issue.
Very entertaining.
Some people say I suffer from mental illness, but they're all wrong. I enjoy every minute of it.
Reconquista says, for $4.99, helping keep the lights on, says, I have a lady in my job whose last name is Epstein, and I should ask her if she's related to Jeffrey.
Might not make friends and influence people if you do that.
Yeah, that lady might be mad at you after that. Oh,
that might be an HR issue there, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So that puts us at a current of $51, which is fantastic so far. We are now down to $124 to get to the third hour. Hopefully we can make it. That's the goal. And we are now, the total goal down is 184. So this is fantastic. Thank you for that, for helping keep the lights on, Reconquista. And we are going. Nicholas Thompson says, if I donate to $12, can you shout out 6'7"? I shout out anyone. I don't know who 6'7" is, but I will shout them out. Yes, for $12. I will be like, shout out.
Somebody's going to clip you, Father. Someone's going to clip you.
It won't be me because I don't think that's a clip worth making. But I bet you there's someone who's going to be like, look, he's obsessed. You know,
I'll loop it. This priest is obsessed with it.
Oh, there's almost 67 viewers. Wow, there's 66. No, it hasn't reached 6'7" yet. But
Oh my!
I'm having fun with this. But
Oh, you could donate 6'7".
well, no, he said he would donate 12 for 6'7". So, but if you want to donate,
No,
6'7",
if you want 6'7", you got to donate 6'7", homie.
Oh, the price is up. If you want me to say 6'7", it's got it. You have to donate 6. We're at 6'8" now. It's too late.
No individual donation has to be 6'7".
Oh, $10 came in. All right. I guess that's a shout out to 6'7".
That's almost 6'7".
Help keep the lights on, Nicholas. I'm really appreciating this. This is great. He's now up to 31 in donations. Thank you so much. And we are now at 61, dropped to $114, and we will have a third hour if we can make it to $114. Total goal
All
now
right.
is 174. So this is we're doing well. And so
And if somebody drops $1,000, we get a face reveal. There you go.
yeah, if anyone donates 1,000, Reader John will show his face. All right.
Actually,
so
some Deacon Nick Torres has seen my face too.
Wow, you're kind of if any of them has a copy, they could probably get like half. Oh, another $2.
Half
Oh, thank you. Nicholas is on a roll. He's just donating.
I was back in 2020 though.
Yeah, so he's actually donated 33, so he's at like half of 6'7".
All right, yeah, you just need 34 more. There you go.
Yeah. Let me see here. So let's add that. So we're down to 112, everyone. 112. If we can make it by, oh, wow, we only have 29 minutes to do it. Okay, well, here's hoping.
No pressure.
Here's hoping. No pressure. If we can make it to $112, we get a third hour. Again, as I always say, help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. So
Hey, by the way, I'd like to say that I am having Lauds and Vespers on YouTube.
Yeah. Go to what is your channel name again? Father Boniface Arms.
Arms, yeah, ARMES. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go there. Yeah, he's already started putting up. They're just services. It looks like are you in your chapel there? Or are you just sitting down and just kind of doing them in the morning?
I'm in the chapel. Again, it's kind of bare because I've got to work on it. Lots of work to do, but I am in the chapel. Yes, I am.
Okay. Let me see if I can just. I'm gonna see if I can find the your stream and put the address. Hold on. Look at this.
And they can email me if they want to come in onto the StreamYard. So anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Hold on. I'm putting your channel in the chat so people
And don't
have
forget to like, share, and subscribe it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Okay, it's 30 degrees in Miami. Things are not going well. Wow. 30 degrees in Miami?
In Miami?
In Miami?
Oh, man. Well, at least they have really good coffee in Little Havana there.
Yeah, but nobody's dressed for 30-degree weather. I mean,
No,
across
I don't
the
even-
50 people are putting on jackets.
I don't even think people have sweaters down there.
I know I didn't. Let me see here. Let's see.
That's pretty cool.
Farnham Municipality says DSP tier begging. I don't even know what that means, but I don't know how to get to that tier, but I guess I broke it. So don't know what that is. Big Soso says, Father bless, may God bless you in the name of the Father and the Holy Spirit. Nicholas Thompson says, I'm hanging out with the homie 6'7". We love you live. What's your thought on Seraphim Rose and St. Philaret of New York? Do you think they were poisoned by the KGB? St. Seraphim, if I remember correctly, had like some sort of stomach issue that he had necrosis in his digestive system, which had gotten so bad that by the time they got to him, he wasn't going to last long. St. Philaret was definitely poisoned. I have no doubt. Ascendancy says, "Fine, Father Joseph."
Wait, the first time or the second time?
Yeah, he was. I think he was poisoned both times, but only one was obviously successful.
Okay.
And Saint Philip, praying to God for us. Hey, Father Joseph, have a question. Just to seek more information on this, can you explain the whole GOC of Greece and deposition of Archbishop Oxentius situation before, during, after? I actually did that 2 streams ago, and I was supposed to copy it. It was all the gripes of all the true Orthodox. I will get to that this week. It's just been an awful week, like covered,
in snow.
snow.
Covered in snow.
He's in a
Covered in
snow boat,
ice.
people.
Yeah, and I'm getting annoyed because I'm not finding a parking spot near my house because these 2 moving vans, instead of clearing out their corporate space, decided to just make a mountain in front of theirs and then just park in our spots. So kind of a pain. Oh, okay, let's see here. Miami. Yeah, 30 degrees Celsius.
Oh, Celsius. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's normal Miami weather.
Yeah.
Mm,
It was 22 this morning
100%.
in the Panhandle.
wow.
100.
Yeah.
With 100% humidity.
Yeah, where here it was like we woke up at it was 5 degrees this morning. So
Wow.
Wow. I don't think you're going to be able to save the oranges, Father.
No,
The
I
good
don't think
news
that they don't grow any oranges in the Panhandle.
yeah.
No, I'm saying further down.
Oh
It's
yeah.
getting that
Oh
cold.
yeah. We'll see what happens.
us-
You know what's interesting is that when I lived in Lakeland, when I was on my mail route, when they get a real cold, the lakes around there, the tilapia die off. And
Well,
I
that's
used to see a lot of tilapia on the shores there, just dead, just hundreds of them.
that's awful. And now I just
Ugh.
thought about the oranges and the citrus crops, etc. That could do some severe damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this? Oh, welcome, Nikki. Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
just
my
wanted to
God.
give a shout out to Stick Seven.
Okay. Oh, that's you. Well,
Oh.
thank you for your donations. I still don't know
Hello.
what it means, but we
I
appreciate
gotta sign
it.
off because I lost it. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, did you have any questions for us or anything you wanted to ask? Oh, it's like he disappeared and took Nikki with him. Okay. 30 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 15 degrees here plus wind chill. Yep. That's how it is in the daytime here. Temperature in Miami, Florida now 45 degrees. Okay, well, they'll survive at that temperature. Yeah, Orthodox Ritual says I haven't seen as much snow since I've lived here. We got so much that it probably won't melt until spring, probably. Ours was irrationally large, and we hear it's going to be irrationally large again.
Yeah.
Temperature here in mid Hudson Valley, NY is at 10 degrees, dropping as usual 1 degree an hour. That's very similar to what we have here in the Wyoming Valley. So yeah, this is crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
ours is melting off, but I think it's there's another system coming right behind it. So.
What is it? The drill rap song Doot Doot 6-7.
Yeah, it's like some meme thing.
Yeah, some have connected. I'm reading the wiki, and it says some have connected it to the 67th Street in Skrilla's hometown of Philadelphia, or to 67th Street in Chicago. Linguist and African American English expert Taylor Jones has speculated it may refer to a 10-67, the 10 code used by Philadelphia police to notify officers of a death. And
Yeah,
Skrilla himself said, "I never put an actual meaning on it, and still would not want to." And
yeah,
apparently,
it's just supposed to be nonsense, is what I was told.
Well, I'm down with it. Okay, wait, hold on. Big X the dog. Welcome. Okay. All right. Well, that's different.
Oh, that's their IQ. I get it now.
Hey! Don't do that. Let's see here. Okay, Father Boniface is back. Welcome back, Father Boniface.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Father. I'm the mean one.
Anyway, did you have any questions for us, Big X the dog? No. Okay.
No, just 6-7. Yeah, there you go.
6-7. Okay. All right. But since we're speaking about the numbers, we're not even at 67 yet. We're at 63. So if we can get up 112 more, we will continue into past 10:30 to the third hour. If not, okay, he dropped off. We'll get
Your
to
internet's cutting in and out.
yeah.
Father.
It is, I think it's just cutting. Oh, it is for me.
Yeah, for you. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't even notice. All right. Well, the point is, if we can get to another 112 within the next 21 minutes, we will keep going for a third hour. Otherwise, we will have failed this week, and that will just be part of life. Let's see what we got here. Oh, check, give, send, go. Okay, says set to compromise. What happened? What's this? Whoa. Whoa. It looks like we're going for another hour. First off, I got 2 donate. What's this? Okay, that's okay. Hold on.
Is anybody else hearing Father clip a little bit every now and then? Or is it just me?
I might have to hold on. What I'll do is
Go ahead, Father. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, it's working again?
Yeah, so you're good right now. I just want to know if anybody's hearing you clip. So
we just got huge donations just coming in. First off, from DTC, who donated $80, and from EZ, who donated $40 on Give Send Go, which now adds exactly that's 120, and so that is $183, putting us just over. So the continue is now gone, and the goal is now down to 52. So we've already achieved a win. So we are doing a third hour. So let's continue here. The goal is just 52 at this point.
We gotta play the sound though.
We do. I'm just trying to figure out where I screwed up my math, because if the current is 183, then the goal should be
240 was the entire goal. So then it's 3/4, right?
Yeah.
So that would have been 180.
Which means this would be 57. 57.
Yeah.
All right, so we did it. We got to do the sound because we have broken into the third hour with just a few minutes to go. We are still at our goal. We still have a little bit left to the goal, but we are very close. And so let's do this. And
6-7. I mean, winning.
That's going to become a joke there. Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you.
Probably 6-7 guys out there.
Father Joseph is fine. Okay, I'm confused as what's happening. I have to get back to my homework so I can call myself doctor in 2 years. See you guys later, says OTP. Yeah, we can call him Father Dr. Subdeacon. Anyway, Father Joseph's fine. Father Joseph didn't clip for me. No clips here. Well, awesome. Winning.
Okay, it might just be mine. Okay.
We got to put that up. Nicholas Thompson says St. John of Shanghai of San Francisco is my hero. My church recently put an icon out of him. He's a fantastic miracle worker. It happens. A lot of people love him.
Amen.
We all do. And Little Wing says, good night, OTP. God bless. And we are now at...
Good night.
Yep. And so just put it into perspective, we are now at 183. Goal left for the hour. The hour is 57. If we make it, if not, thank you for everyone who's donated so far. It has been a huge help, so thank you. Let me see here. Yep, he's a lot of people's favorite wonder worker because remember he only passed in 1966, so a lot of people knew him and were able to reach him in real life. So it's always
important. The monastery in Cobleskill is dedicated to him too.
Yeah, that's true. They are. Well, this is great. Once again, this is our live Q&A show, so anyone can call in, have questions, make a comment. If you want to jump on the stream, you can. Just click the link in the top of the chat. I could use a little bit of water, so I'm going to go get some. Give me just one moment.
All right. I could use something a little stronger. For Lent. For Lent. Yeah. I could use some orange juice, but all the oranges will be dead.
Get it while it's hot,
Exactly.
because right now it's cold. Yeah, yeah. Well, Florida, all the oranges have moved out and gone down to Brazil, going down to South America.
So just
'Cause
stay
a
away
lot
from
of-
Venezuela right now.
a lot of the I think a lot of groves have been, sold and put into developments. That's the same thing in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. When I was living there, a lot of the farmland was getting sold up and turned into developments, and so that means less farm productivity. So anyway, but
Yeah.
that's what's happening.
I
Grow
would
your
not
own
be on a
food.
boat full.
Yeah.
Grow your own food and what?
People need to grow their own food or get their own gardens going and stuff like that.
Well, with the unpredictability of the weather here the past couple of years, I might have to get a greenhouse or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
My crops have not yielded very well the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, we got people down here that grow, and we'll see what the freeze does. It might kill off some stuff, so we'll see. We'll see.
Been trying to do cucumbers and tomatoes the past couple of years because those are essential staples in this household. So
Oh yeah, we did Roma tomatoes back in Pennsylvania. We did Roma, and we made our own
Roma, yeah.
spaghetti sauce, and then we grew some fresh basil, and
those
it
are good
was
for
the
salad.
best tasting spaghetti sauce I ever had. It was just
Oh yeah.
squisita.
Oh, those are real good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those are good for sauce. They're good for salads if you slice them up, especially you put in the basil and olive oil and so.
Oh yeah, right, for sure. Yeah. They're a meaty tomato.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like growing like the what are those called? The big boys. So you can slice them up and use them for like cucumber and tomato sandwiches and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Get a piece of bread, toast it, put some cheese on it, and a cucumber and a tomato. Sprinkle with a little bit of seasoning, and there you go.
There you go.
Okay, I'm back.
Fill up your water flask.
I did not. I just had some water, but
There you go.
I am, just looking at the comments. Father Boniface, I think your audio is doing the bump thing, the burp thing.
Okay, it is farting or burping or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not doing anything odd. I'll tell you what. I'll sign off and then come back on.
Yeah, it usually fixes it.
All right.
Let me see here. Why were so many the subversive? Yeah, that was Meletius Metaxakis. Let's see here. Why do people say that St. John was having services with World Orthodox? He wasn't. The only reference they can make is the Church of France, but that was technically under his jurisdiction. They say it was with both. They
later become their own group, independent group, or somewhat new calendar, but not at the time he was actually there.
Right, and I've never seen him in. Okay, Father Boniface is back. I've never seen him in. And I've never seen pictures of this. Prove it, but they.
Yeah.
Nicholas asks, why are there so many Freemasons in the new calendar churches? Because it was encouraged, particularly
it's profitable.
In the Richard and the Antiochians. Yeah,
it's profitable.
Let's see. In Debt to Compromise says beefsteak tomatoes. I guess that's.
Oh yeah, beefsteak. Yeah, those are good.
Because we're talking about the tomatoes in the discussion. Yeah, those are really good.
Those are tasty.
Okay, let me see.
I like putting salt and pepper on those. Those are good.
Yeah. That's tomato sandwiches is probably going to be useful during Great Lent. But now I'm concerned. The tomato crop doesn't really start probably till.
No.
Yeah, it's still.
Well, you can do like a winter crop, but you have to control the environment.
Yeah, it's got to be indoors basically. What was that miracle of the cross showing up, signifying the old calendar was the right use Hashtag 67. Basically, that was in 1925. It was the appearance of the sign of the cross over Athens. You can actually, you could search that up. It's pretty well documented, and you'll get all the information on that one. What do you mean that the Church of France was under their jurisdiction? I suppose the only questionable thing is on Roca is Carol Yonchayev and that French New Calendar parish supposedly only using the New Calendar. The Church of France was New Calendar. The Lekov was originally a Moscow Patriarch experiment. It went to Rocor and was under St. John's jurisdiction and guidance when he was in France. He did tell them to switch to the old calendar. Ironically, the only Lekov parish I think that was in America, if they are still around, was on the traditional calendar. So they, some of them fixed it. Red Conquista says Cuban bread. Yes, Cuban bread would be nice with tomatoes and. That would be good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we've got 67 watchers.
Wow.
It's just it's all over. The 6-7 phenomenon has come here. Now this is definitely going to be clipped. Watch.
So what's supposed to happen now?
Nothing. The 6-7 is
nothing. Just nonsense. It's all crap.
I know, but I was just wondering if
someone's going to donate $67, and I'm going to break the goal.
And some of our viewers are going to eat crunchy sandwiches.
Bird cameras in the city or something. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, from what you had mentioned before, Father, this isn't true. They were meant to switch to the patrician calendar, didn't listen, they were kicked out. They didn't listen because that occurred right around the time of St. John's death and repose. And so the point is, the other Rocor hierarchs had little sympathy for them, and so they just were like, get out. And
Western Europe was a mess. I mean, look who was over in Geneva and Berlin. Just saying.
Yeah, that's just in Rocor. Meanwhile, in the Moscow Patriarchate, they were like mandating that every priest had to become a Mason.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was problematic, especially in the 60s and 70s. And so I think plus with all the ecumenism, I mean, that's when the lifting of the anathemas happened. And so a lot of people were searching for guidance. And Rocor and the True Orthodox provided that for them. So, it's just how it went. Let me see here. Did I miss anything? I don't know who Carol Yonchayev is. I've seen that name in history books, but I don't really know who he is. Let me see here. Okay, so I don't see any questions right now. So if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link in the top of the chat. We are going to be here till 11:30 because of generous donations from all our people, all our community watching. We're currently at a final goal of $57. Currently, we're at 183. Thank you for everybody who helped donate so far, and hopefully we hit our goal for tonight because it will help pay the mortgage. So, and among other things, because for those who don't know, the mortgage thing happened because I kept the Bitcoin donation I had too long, and there was a dip, and while I'm confident and I will wait for it to come back up as it always does, unfortunately, the mortgage company does not accept that as an excuse. So
you need a new asset manager, Father.
Yeah, I probably do. Also, it's cafe time. If you're trying to get registered on the FrozenOsCafe.com, let us know in the comments, and we will definitely do that. So feel free to chat. Do you believe there was a similar scenario with the Bulgarian Bishop Kirill Yonchayev that went into the OCA? Also, yeah. It was a confusing time. The thing is, from what I understand, even those new calendar bishops that joined Rocor were extremely anti-Masonic. They were absolutely apocalyptic. So, they had the traditionalist mindset, but they had parishes that were new calendarists, and that was difficult. And eventually,
but they were open to transitioning to the traditional calendar. That's the difference.
They wanted to, and they tried to emphasize that, but they couldn't. There is a picture of Castro with Epstein. I mean, I don't doubt it.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Are you talking like?
Are we supposed to be surprised?
No, it's like. Justin Trudeau, I wouldn't be surprised if he was pictured with Epstein. Epstein's like, I know your dad. And anyway, oh,
I see what you did there.
there's a problem with knowing too much, people.
Trudeau to Castro. Are you my daddy?
That's Zoran Momdamny, apparently. He Record Geese says, Father, you need a Epstein type of accountant. Yeah, I mean, but
Random billions from who knows where.
yeah, exactly.
I would think that would compromise his priesthood.
That would compromise heavily the priesthood thing, especially if I have to show up to a party. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll pass. I prefer the assistance of viewers like you. Ascendancy says the question is if they were on the NC the whole time, Morocco was okay with the anathematized NC. They weren't okay with it, but they wanted to help out every anti-communist, every traditionalist bishop they could, and unfortunately, that did lead to some questionable issues. Do you have any reading material or sources for this for the Western Rite with St. John? I would love to read and educate myself more on this. There have been some things that have been written about it, but when in regards to St. John, I would refer to his official biographies. I would also probably refer to the intro in the book done by St. Sarah from Rose Vita Patrum, which has a little bit of background on that.
So I haven't really seen. I mean, there's documents around, but I haven't seen it in one source.
Yeah, and the other problem is that this was,
it's not a very popular topic.
It's not a popular topic at all. But it is. Yeah. They were, they were an interesting group, and they still exist. But they're completely like in pieces, and it's just a mess. Which is kind of a shame. But I mean, we've had individual clergy from their synod who have occasionally asked to join us, and in some, I think in one case they did, but a lot of the time they're trying to look up really more. It seemed like they were trying to get more ecclesiastical sanction than they really could ever chew. Ascendancy says, I see, so it's more of an oral tradition, and anything talking about is locked away in Roquefort MP archives. No, not at all. I would say that you'll see stuff in biographies of St. John about it, and there's some references to it. You can also look at the existing groups, even though obviously many of them are New Calendarists and Ecumenists. A lot of them have more history. They have photos, etc. We have some stuff, but not much.
I believe
So
there's
I'm
stuff.
missing something here. Is he talking about the Western Rite and St. John?
We're talking about Lecouf, the French group. And they have some documentation of their own stuff, but
it's overseas is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff you can find online, but mostly a lot of those sites are gone, so you have to use Internet Archive and stuff like that.
Yeah, or find their physical archive. Yeah, and no French.
Yeah, and Ascendancy 7 says, I've come across quotes from a number of Roca hierarchs calling New Calendar schismatics and even mentioning graceless lists in the 1940s and 50s, although the pages are lost and Roca and P took down the info. Yeah, you have to really, I would suggest looking at monasterypress.com and going through the archive of about, I want to say 15, 20 years ago, and you'll find more stuff, including historical citations from different bishops and fathers. So yeah, it is an old Roca material. It is in the archives, but a lot of the archival material is public. It's just on the internet, not organized, and you have to kind of dig it out. Let me see here. Any other questions? I don't think so.
I think since 1973, I think there was kind of
they put in 1973. They put a resolution basically forbidding the Western Rite in Roquefort.
Yeah,
but this had a number of reasons. One of them was the actions of Father.
Yeah,
the one in Florida. There was one in Florida of Father Boniface. Do you remember his name? The guy that there was a one Western Rite. He was old and he kind of left our synod. I'm trying to think what his name was.
Oh, Whitfield.
Augustine Whitfield. Okay, so yeah, and that was kind of directed sort of towards him because he was really like one of the only people that was really Western Rite and Roquefort at that time. But also, it was the same time that the Antiochians had received in all these Anglicans using this liturgy of Saint Tikhon, which they kind of concocted out of thin air.
The water started getting muddied in the 70s.
Yeah, at that point, that's when they were like, you know what? No, this Western Rite stuff is not working because it was not based on tradition. They were starting to fall back into that whole doing Roman Catholic and Anglican practices like Antioch was doing.
And then Roquefort MP didn't lift it until 2011.
Yeah,
I was there for that. So
yeah, that's when.
And I think that St. John of Shanghai, when he mentions that the Western Rite is legitimate, was he not specifically referring to the work of Vladika John with the Autonomous Metropolia, with his translation work of the medieval monastic Psalter, along with the masses? I think that St. John was referring to that specifically as the true representation of Western Orthodoxy.
Yeah, well, St. John, I will say that I know that Vladika John, our Metropolitan, has mentioned that St. John appeared to him in a dream, but the times actually don't overlap. So, like, St. John's work with the French was in, like, 1966. Whereas I know that our Archbishop Metropolitan John now basically started as kind of a novice at Bishop William Francis Brothers' thing in Woodstock. And originally, in that, I think that's actually, even though the time is right, I don't think Vladika John was there until the late 60s. And from what I remember, I don't know, Father Boniface, have you been to the Woodstock parish yet at all, or no?
No, I never have.
Yeah, well, it's a very old church. It's about 100 years old. But what people don't know is that there's a lot of land behind it, and behind it there used to actually be a monastery. It was like a monastic house, and Vladika John, when he was young, and he had just gotten out of Jesuitism, etc., was first living there. That monastery burned down, and so he was sent at the time he had to go find a new property, and that new property would become the Abbey of the Holy Name today. So this has been going on.
It's interesting that in less than a decade after the repose of St. John, the Western Rite was attacked. It's just interesting to me.
Well, it is, but also at the same time, what is interesting is that after the monastery in Woodstock moved down to West Milford, that's when they started doing translations of pre-schism texts, and there were actually Rococo clergy that were helping them, which is why, Father John Shaw, or now Bishop Jerome with the Rococo MP, he helped them a lot, and so they put him in the acknowledgments of every volume. So
that's why I find it. That's why I find it interesting. Like less than a decade, we have a ban.
Yeah, there's a ban because of the old practices. I know. That were affected by Roman Catholicism and Anglicanism had to stop, and we just had to use just pure traditional texts, and we got there. And this is history that's before even I was alive, let alone part of the synod.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But it's interesting because in 2011, you resume where 1973 left off, bringing in the improper Latin and Anglican traditions.
Yep, and then
World Orthodoxy there.
And we experienced the schism worldwide, and that would lead to the end of the Milan Synod, etc. So, like in that year, so it was all really pivotal.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Ascendancy says, I was reading GOC of Greece by Father Stephen Fraser again, and he really does well in going over the history and also dismantling the claim that Matthewites are the last true synod in 1924 and 1935. I mean, from what I understood, Father Stephen was basically arguing that position. And then he said he further talks about how Venerable Philaret, Bishop Gregory Grabe, and Archbishop Verki all agreed with the Graceless's position and through talks with them on it, and etc. Yeah, no, I know that they specifically did. Though they hesitated in just writing it clearly on public paper to everyone, basically, which became a stumbling block for them, along with more with Archbishop Maxentius being difficult. Yeah, all of that's true. And it's a really chaotic situation that was kind of, it was really messy back then. Because nobody wants to be the one to cross the Tiber. Nobody wants to be the one they were brave enough to say that, but nobody in practice really wants to be the guy to say, okay, well, all of them are out. And
I don't want to go to Rome.
yeah.
Was it the Tiber or was it the Rubicon?
Rubicon, not the
Rubicon. You're right. You're right. You've crossing the Rubicon. I confused my rivers.
You
I've
confused
crossed the Tiber.
your
It's not
Caesars.
fun.
Yeah, I confused my Caesars. It happens. It happens. I only think about the Roman Empire once or twice a day. So anyway,
You got mixed up with your Caesar salad.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how
Too
it goes.
brute.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, so we are now in the third hour. Just a reminder, this is, if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question, make a comment, issue a challenge, tell us why we're wrong. Just click the link in the top of the chat. There's currently no wait time, so don't worry about that. And as always, help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. And again, currently our goal now is $57. We can clear the whole goal for 57. We're at 183 so far. Thank you so much for everybody who donated. And let's continue on. So let's see here. I might just go on YouTube and just look for something. Let's see if there's any live people we can fight with.
Well, if you're a Caesar and if you're a Caesar and any senators want to meet you, don't do it. Just saying.
Let me see here. Backstage at the Grammys. Okay. No, that's all right. No, I don't
do it.
No.
Let's see here. How do I even get notifications for Jay Dyer? I don't even want to know what he has to say.
Okay, I'm sorry. I threw up
Let's
in my
see
mouth.
here. Yeah. Look in here.
Speaking of gay.
Yeah. Let me think.
Were we just talking about gay earlier?
Gay liar. Well, that's Ananias Sorum, but no, there's not. I'm looking here, and he's not on either. No, most of the Portland protests. Let me see here. Stevie Weeby, I don't know who that is. Penguin Zero, I'm not doing that.
Did you actually hear what Albitaforus was talking about?
Of who?
Albitaforus with the whole lesbian thing.
Yeah.
He was actually literally preaching heresy bareheaded.
Yeah. And they're all standing, behind her.
On video. On video, guys.
Yeah, I put that link in for the article from Orthodox Traditionalist Publications. Definitely take a read to it. It's just crazy that this stuff is going on, and then people are like, "Oh, why didn't you want to be part of the institution?"
He was literally endorsing the branch theory, like right there.
Yeah. And then they expect us to go along with them. Like, come on.
So I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put a stake in the sand here and say, if you're in communion with Go Arch, you got problems.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's a lot of people with a lot of problems. So
yeah, so don't make it your problem. Go on over. The water's warm. The snow's cold, but the water's warm.
Ascendancy says, Father Joseph, have you tried to contact Alex Soren or Fearless Truth, aka Nick, to get into debate over versus Global Orthodoxy? I DM'd them to you before, and I know you said no. I did see it, and I did actually try to reach out to Alex Soren. Now, I don't have a problem with debating him. I just wonder if he feels comfortable with that. I did ask, I actually asked him to come on when I was doing the various gripes of the True Orthodox Synods 2 weeks ago, but he was doing a stream in the same day. But I haven't really personally spoken to him, so the door is open.
That reminds me.
We're not against it, but Fearless Truth, aka Nick, I'm not sure who that is. So that
he's one of the 6'7" guys, isn't he?
No, I think it's a different Nick, but
different Nick. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of Nicks. So I would suggest that, if you could DM me again, and if you have any info on the Fearless Truth guy, I will try him too. But I have a feeling they're probably not gonna be too interested in it. So I'm gonna I always have to focus on, the Roman Catholics, Protestants, the majority of the people in this country.
Yeah. Speaking of debates, you know Andrew Wilson, right?
What? Yeah. What?
Oh, he was on Joe Rogan. Was it last week?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he mentioned he was Eastern Orthodox. I didn't know. Is he like World Orthodox?
Yeah, he's World Orthodox.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't see the Rogan thing. I don't really talk to
You
him.
didn't miss much.
I don't really talk to the guy much anymore. But that's okay.
Yeah, I understand why.
No. It was fine. There was nothing personal. He just,
No, I don't think there's any animosity. He's got some views.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind those. It's just, I don't know what happened. But anyway,
Yeah.
now let me see here. Ascendancy says fearless truth should be. He's running an open. He's an open apologist and now running with Orthodox Luigi. Orthodox Luigi has me banned, by the way. Orthodox Worldwide, which is a site trying to do a counterpart to Orthodox Answers. I think you mean Catholic Answers, but yeah, Andrews Antiochian Archdiocese. I don't know what he is now that he's, he moved to another state, so who knows?
Oh, World Orthodox Catholic Answers Alternative.
Yeah, I mean, considering Catholic
Okay,
Answers is such a joke, I don't even,
Have you seen Go Arches trying to get behind Orthodoxy AI?
Oh no,
Yeah.
they're finally trying to make theirs, and it's going to just be just as failed. The problem is that in order for any of these to work, there has to be internal consistency, and the only way the World Orthodox arguments work internally consistent is by basically providing a papal framework. So as soon as you get into the question of decentralization, which they see as a back pocket solution, you've actually made that papal institutional position incoherent. So you can't have both. And even if humans are not smart enough to realize that, most large language models are. And so they have to really heavily lay on the institutionality of the church, which is historically not even a real thing.
I'm just waiting for Magisterium AI and Orthodoxy AI to have a battle on YouTube.
Yeah, but it'll just be like, which one has a better pope, and it just won't
exactly.
It won't be that good. Yeah, sorry, not Catholic and Orthodox and Catholic answers. Yes, yep, no problem. We understood it. I'm along in the game. I've known Catholic answers for 2 decades, and so I find them funny. Their best arguments were against Mormons. I will say that their arguments against the LDS were pretty bulletproof, because they just pointed out like how the Book of Mormon used so much of the Bible that there were bees in it, even though like bees didn't exist in the New World until after the conquest of the New World. So just interesting stuff, but we'll see. We will see.
Plagiarism.
Yeah. So I'm looking for. I'm going to see if I find anything else. Are there any apologist types arguing right now? Let me see. I don't.
Is Cleave to Modernity on?
No, Cleave is not on. Let me see.
I don't know if he'd want to debate you anyway, or.
Oh, I don't think he's well equipped yet.
Yeah.
He's still learning how to be World Orthodox.
Yeah. Anyway, no, nothing really going on.
Oh,
here.
did you see he had? I don't know if it happened or it's going to happen. He has Metropolitan Joan on there.
Oh yeah, the problem is that I saw that and I was like, did it already come out? Hold on.
I was like, wow, you're definitely going. I was like, some Deacon Nectarius may have a word to say about that.
Wow. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me see.
Everybody went to bed.
Let's see if I'm there. I'm sure if he did that interview. Oh no, did he? Or it's 2 hours long. We're not watching this.
No, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's probably mainly just Jonah just sitting there going blah 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 blah.
Well, he's got a couple of shorts on it already. So that's
yeah.
Yeah, it's already out. Yeah, I haven't seen DTC says yes, it's already out. Yeah, I haven't seen it though. I don't know. I'll probably
I
watch
don't
it at
know.
like 1.75 or just read the transcript.
I'd rather go scrape my nails on a chalkboard, to be honest.
Yeah. So, what are you gonna do? Oh boy. Give me just a second here. Let's see. I'm gonna actually step out for a second. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Give me 1 second.
All right. Still there, Father Boniface?
Yeah, I came back. I was taking a break, but he left, so I figured I better come back. So, and then I'll take my break in a minute. So anyway,
All right. And when you guys are back, I'm gonna go take a break too.
okay. More shifts. You know, it's
Too much water.
yeah. And when I think of the common ground between people like cleave to modernity, and then other
He used to be
groups
cleaved to
that-
antiquity, but
yeah, he didn't really cleave very well. He kind of slipped. He slipped his grasp kind of slipped from the antiquity of the early church, unfortunately. But then again, when you look at let's say the spirit, the letter kills, but the spirit gives life. There's largely in religion today in the Christian world, it's mostly letter. There's no spirit to it. They're just following a moralistic, institutional, since we used that word a minute ago, an institutional church, and that's what they're all doing, and it has no spiritual life in it. And you know, when Jesus spoke about Peter speaks about baptism, not just the washing of water, but the answer of a clean conscience. In other words, the spirit has to be wedded to the material to make it the full and complete sacrament. You can't just do one and not have the other, and you can't just be all spirit but no reality. But you can't have just water and no spirit. And so all these churches now are just following their own man-made doctrines. They've strayed from the true faith, and so they are promoting the doctrines of men, and that is dead letter, dead spirit, and you can see where the ecumenical spirit is gathering, and their point of unity is the dead letter. It's just a formalistic letter that they're tweaking to create a kind of unity, even though it's a unity without any rationality, without any truth, but it's just a letter of the spirit, their new moral code of let's just all get together and hug each other. It doesn't matter if we're wrong or right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about history. It doesn't matter. We're just getting together, man, and we're just getting together, and just for the sake of getting together and having unity, and that's it. And that is their new letter.
Yeah.
That's their new law. That is their new Pharisaical mantra, basically. And you do it, or you're not with us, and therefore you are uncanonical. Well, which canon? Our new one, which we just created. So you know.
Sure.
So if these guys, if that's what cleave to iniquity or cleave to modernity wants to go to, you know,
I like that one better. I'm going to start using that.
they both fit. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy, actually. You had opportunity. I did reach out to him, didn't get a reply. And so it is what it is, but that's what they're all gravitating to is dead letter. And you know what? It's moving right into the spirit of Antichrist. It's just grooming everybody
confusion.
right into the New World Order religion. It's happening.
Yeah.
And you have to be discerning.
When I watch him and others like him, from my perspective, it's like watching a spirit of confusion work itself out. And it's I guess they're blinded to it themselves, because it's like, you just said this, but you're doing that. I mean, does that make you a hypocrite?
Ascendancy said, I commented on a Clips video and Cleaved Antiquities in the comments. He pulled up the you can auto excommunicate canon in the rudder. Only pertains to administrative canons. And I refuted him and he said, enjoy the LARP after I destroyed that argument. And also further showed multiple quotes and saying to sever communion with heretics. And communion with them is also spiritually destroying. He gave up after a really weak argument, albeit he was telling he was more of a push into it because majority of popular online Orthodox apologetics, especially in America, is cacodox. Yeah, and it's bad. It's absolutely bad. This is the problem: is that people pushing for these diorite solutions, etc. They're just falling for human philosophy. They're not using the Holy Fathers, and this is one of the things that is it's just brain blasting. Like it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I have to say that
philosophy's a tool. It's not an end in and of itself.
exactly. And so this is why you're supposed to use the Holy Fathers in your apologetics. And if you're not, or if you're just paying lip service to them, then it's like here's an example. Like you'll often hear the big popular one I'm hearing now among the various toadies is essence energy distinction, and they'll be like, and St. Paul Moss and essence energy distinction.
I did read.
And but they don't understand it. They're just basically kind of saying, well, it's definitely better than divine, absolute divine simplicity, so on and so forth. And I'm like, you're comparing these like baseball cards. One of these is the truth. And that's what you should be focused on. And if essence energy's distinction is the truth, which it is, it has the fathers of centuries before to prove it. And the fact that they are just like, no, that doesn't matter. We just have to talk. We have to talk a good game, bro. And it's like it's embarrassing. The whole thing is
they push aside. They push aside rationality and they push aside history, all for the sake of renovationism, which is what the renovationists have doing for 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 years. They said, don't go back to the past. The book of Proverbs says having nothing to do with those that neglect the past, the innovationists, the renovationists, and that's what they're doing. Ignore it. We don't care. They're all old fogies,
Yeah, it's since the Renaissance. There's been basically an anti-traditional bent. Yeah, and it's tragic.
And if they delve into, since I notice a lot of world Orthodoxy, this kind of the Roman Catholic bent, I mean, they fall into what Pope Benedict was saying about essence and energy and getting into like formal Maximian distinctions and blah, blah, blah. Just trying to argue their point for absolute divine simplicity. And when they try and actually come against the essence energy's distinction, it actually makes them look like they fall flat on their face because they're trying to distance themselves but draw close to it at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, whatever, dude. Just how about you just drop your false teaching and just come to the church? So,
simple as that. He says, I feel as though Dyer, as good as his apologetics are against papism and Protestantism, atheism, watching him seems to get some new people like inquirers and catechumens, into apologetics too early. I don't know that his arguments against papism are that good. I did
why do people say his arguments are good?
Well, I think that I remember his debate with Eric Ibarra, and I mean I have some history with that back there in some ways, which I'm not going to get into. But the easiest thing he had to point to when Eric continued, and I've pointed this out ever since then, all he had to do when Eric was pointing out what central authority do you have that you can claim, and he was struggling to say the consensus patrum. I think maybe he didn't know what it was at the time. But the whole point is he just kept pointing to the patriarchates as an institution. And
I know. I had interactions with him when I was Facebook flaming back in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric Guevara is like, he's not that hard to overcome.
And he did actually, I hate to say it, Ibarra won that debate. And so and Ibarra and I have had correspondence, and he said like 6 months, or it was the early part of last year, he wrote a kind of a mini essay explaining how if you're consistent, you probably have to be true Orthodox.
Yes.
And so,
finally.
Well, I think he always admitted that, but that's right. He doesn't like the system. He wants the monarchical system, and he's dug his heels in. So that's his position.
Yeah,
So
good luck with that, Eric.
he wrote the book on the papacy, which I have not even looked at yet because I know what it is. And what it is
Yep.
when Roman Catholics are at a loss because of their existing patristic arguments, they try to make them bigger, and so they hope that if you make it big enough, a person will just give up.
Well,
But
they amplify. Their other tactic is they amplify certain parts of history and diminish other parts.
Yep.
Like,
And
oh yeah, we had this council for Pope Nicholas.
Oh,
Or
Romagata.
Yeah.
Romagata says, "Can we hear the winning noise? I gotta go to sleep. Don't forget the Triodian regions. With all respect, we do requests. So,
Of
all right,
course.
one more time.
Winning.
There you go.
You know, I don't hear it when you do it. I for some reason I don't hear it. So
I hear.
Really?
anyway, yeah.
Put in your other ear, Father.
Oh well, I
God
miss
bless
out.
you.
I'm
You
deprived.
have a good night.
Why don't you just sing it for me?
You know, I can.
Thank you.
Hold on, I can get the sound. Give me a moment. I didn't know that you didn't hear the sound all this time, Father. Oh wow. Yeah, no,
I've been deprived. I'm
it's
sorry.
in a it's in the dashboard. I copied it in, but hold on. Sonic.
But you're not supposed to turn down your hearing aid.
What? What'd you say?
Father's a good sport. I love him.
All right, let me okay, extra life. Hold on.
I think Father's trying to make it happen for you, Father.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, yeah, this is it.
Make sure you turn it out real loud for Father Boniface.
Hold on. No, it's not that.
Let me pull
one.
my earbud out.
Well, let's see.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Hold on. This is the money sound that we use when we succeed at least accomplishing 75% of our goal.
Waiting.
I heard it.
Yeah, because it was not in the StreamYard system. It was I just put it in
Oh,
the video. That's
I
the
see.
soundboard.
I think you can hear that, but for some reason you can't hear our internal sounds. Do you hear the other one? Like if I play this,
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
okay, that's the failure sound from The Price is Right. That's what we play when we lose. But
Are
I
you-
wonder why you can't hear it.
Are you on a headset, Father?
Well, I'm on my phone and I'm using a Bluetooth earpiece.
Might be Bluetooth. Bluetooth is kind of finicky with StreamYard. Do you have like
Okay.
do you have like a wired pair that like
Do I have a hardwire pair? Yes, I do. I'd have to find it. Yeah. The thing
like I
about the
have a
earpiece is I can get up and walk around, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ascendancy says, I've seen a bar make strides towards orthodoxy and even shouting out true orthodox on rare occasion. And it's a bit comical as it will make some Cacadox seize, though it's nice for the shadow. Yeah, I agree. I noticed with Cacadox, when it's concerning history pre-20th century, they're very bad and just assert history without much citation, or it's one singular one and it's lazy and doesn't say what they say. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
See here?
Or it's interpolated.
Duckegg Carbonaro says ascendancy Dyer's theology is kind of really bad.
You
Huh.
think?
Is he a theologian?
He's a philosopher.
Yeah.
The philosopher is a patriarch of the heretic.
Yep.
He's still looking for the philosopher's stone. See what I did there?
Well, you just don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Thank you, Jadar. I mean, what?
Anyway. Oh boy. So let's see here. We are just about going into the last half hour of the show. So we are again. Let's just put up. So far, we have been relatively successful this week, earning $183 with a goal left of $57 to bring us to 240 to help cover
You can
for
do it.
stuff. We can still do it. I really appreciate it. Help us keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. As I mentioned, we are just going into the last half hour, so hopefully that will happen. Ascendancy says, and then one day Jay joins GOC Stefanos. What's your reaction? I would wish him many years, and I would congratulate him on finally being Orthodox.
And shut up and get offline.
I was wondering if I should write a book about that. Thoughts from the trailer.
The 5 guys in the trailer park.
Incense from the trailer.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Let the prayers arise.
Today is the I did not. Today is the repose of Archbishop Gregorio Baccolini of Turin. He was one of the Milan Synod's first bishops. Then he passed away in 1997, which is the same year I worked with him. It's also the same year. Actually, that's also when Jose Munoz died. Correct, in 1997. Yeah. I think he probably is listed. Is he? He's not listed in ours. I should probably mention that. Hold on. Just got to double check that before I say something wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Well, it's a daily necrology. So let me see. Brother Jose Munoz died, I think, in October of 1997. Was it October? No. Brother Jose Munoz, Rocor. Okay. October 31st.
Oh, you're talking about Brother Jose?
Yeah, Brother Jose Munoz. He died on October 31st, 1997.
Yeah, 31st.
Then that would have placed the event of my conversion probably a week before, because I remember I knew I had to go look for an Orthodox priest. I started doing that. I learned about, I started looking up Rocor sites, and everything was about this brutal murder, and I was like, what have I gotten into?
Brother Jose.
Yeah. That to
You know,
compromise.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
That happens at his grave side. So I've witnessed where they've put somebody's put a candle there,
Mm-hmm.
and the candle keeps burning even when it goes under the ground. So it looks like his whole grave is glowing. It's kind of cool. I've only seen one other graveside that's did that. Huh?
What? How does the candle go under its like? What?
Like the light starts emitting from under the ground. I don't know if it's a candle, but like there's a light emitting from the gravesite, and I've only seen one other person's gravesite do that.
Wow, that's crazy. So, who was the other person?
I'll tell you offline.
Okay. Let's see. Debt to Compromise says Catacomb Trailers. Ducka Harbor says Dyer cites a lot of liberal academic theologians from the Paris school. I know. They're boring like him. And some of them are actually not bad and nice, to be honest, minus the ecclesiology part and being Kakanoff, but others are not worth touching. I find most of the Paris school writers to be dry and awful, and okay, maybe I'm just blaming Alexander Schmemann, but the point is that, they're, to me, compared to reading patristic writings and even reading like the pious, writings of like holy bishops like Archbishop Averki, etc., they just sound so dry and empty. It really reminds me a lot of Roman Catholicism. That's true. Some of them are actually not bad. Minus the ecclesial being Catholics, the others are not worth even touching. Yeah. Duncan Carbonara says Lasky's the best of the bunch. He's got some strength, I will admit. He still has a lot of flaws. Yeah, I mean, he's not as boring. Like his mystical theology book was actually not terrible.
It's just very high-minded. It's very deep.
Debt to Compromise says Trailer Park Boys in the Catacombs. Okay. Let's see
East side.
here. Let's see.
The trailer park bros.
Trailer Park Bros. 6'7".
Bro.
That's our address. Trailer 6'7".
That's crazy, bro.
God forbid the clips, man. Bob says,
well.
word on the street is Lasky moonlighted as an RC writer. Whoa, I never heard that one before. That's crazy.
That's a what?
What? And let me see here. Ascendancy says, what do you think on Archpriest Dimitris Stanilo's writings in Romania? Yeah, they're not bad. I don't think that they're terrible. I don't think he's a saint, obviously, but I think that some of his writings were pretty good. And then let's see. Doug Carbonaro says he does make some big category errors, like mixing up person and idiomata. Not to mention saying that Polemus was a good Platonist and Barlin was an Aristotelian, which is backwards. Yeah, that is backwards.
Yeah.
Gabriel Michael says, for converts, especially those whose heads are stuffed with facts, the chore is to go from the head to focus on the heart, to the nous. And it says, yes, Conrad Kep says some ortho sites are fake and run by RC. Yeah, didn't we have that YouTuber? Who was it? It was like I think it was like Voice of Orthodoxy, and it turned out to be like a papist.
The Roots of Orthodoxy.
Yeah. And then Roots of Faith, which was the second channel, like actually asked us if
he has a couple of roots.
Yeah, and then they backed out when they realized who we were. We're like, come on, let's go. And they were like, oh. Little Wing says, I love you, homies, having lots of fun.
Hey, Fidel Castro wrote a book about his roots.
Oh, he
did you know that? Yeah, he called it Cube Roots.
Oh, you need one of those little Yeah, that too. That's cold-blooded, Father.
For all you math lovers out there.
Well, that's not me and Father.
Math lovers, have you seen the problems I have with the banner?
We have to check each other.
Yeah, you're John has to check my math.
And then Father has to check my math back.
Uh-oh, we're all in trouble.
And this is money. Imagine what we could do with the roots.
Exactly. Gabriel Michael 43 says Fidel Castro fue un buen gallego. Yeah, okay. I still just that sign in Miami, and of course, it was like
no bueno.
No, it was hilarious because they were very anti-Castro in Miami, and there was this one sign over an auto shop which had like a little cartoonish thing of his face, and it said, "Fidel, el infierno te espera."
There's also a lot of random roosters down there.
Yeah,
too.
That translated the sign translated into Fidel, hell is waiting. Don't wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I did see that.
So, well, I guess he finally decided it was time to go. But anyway, so let's see here. And we didn't even talk that much about Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, I used him as the pick to grab people in. So, and now they're still waiting. They're like, how come nobody's talking about the Epstein files? Right?
It was just a teaser, guys. We can't do it.
Yeah, we're just not going to. I mean, we are, but it's just there's so much data. It's 3 million pages. People are getting shocked. I don't know if you heard I think it was Slovakia's premier resigned over the Epstein.
Yeah, and Bill Gates is having troubles.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see here. Father, I have a question. Are you aware of GOC Avlona's relation with this ACBOV synod in Romania? Just curious, since this popped up in my head. We actually have a couple of bishops that you're right. They kind of formed a synod. And there's two bishops, and then we have one in Romania and Georgia as well. There's two bishops there, but they're very old. I don't know how big the Romanian synod claims to be. I know that we had a priest that went there, and then he ended up joining Artok. So from what I can see, there, all I know is that they do exist. They are rather small in comparison to the main Old Calendar Orthodox Church of Romania, the BLSVR. So yeah, I don't know what to think about them. I've seen one, I think, in a picture, but I've never interacted with them. I assume that they just do their thing, but again, it's they're in relation to the Greater Synod, they're kind of relatively invisible.
Don't you have a bishop over in Central Europe still?
Czech in the Czech Republic, yeah.
Okay.
Bishop Gavrilo. We've had him on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still around, and what's it called? It's yeah, everyone's presence is growing. I mean, granted, I wish the the Romanian Orthodox were in communion with one of the other one. Let me see here. Let's see. Well, this ACBOV Synod celebrates on the new calendar, venerates a heretic who denied the First Ecumenical Council in his communion with the liberal Montenegros. So this is why I asked, because they're not true Orthodox. And are you sure that those are the Romanians that I'm talking about? Like, maybe they're different, because we would throw out a new calendarist synod. Like, we wouldn't keep them at all.
Yeah. That sounds sus.
Yeah, because what you're describing sounds very unorthodox, and we just don't do that. It's not. I'm not like trying to like puff up my synod as fantastic, or the Avlona synod is fantastic, but they're not that stupid. They've made mistakes, and they're not going to make some mistake like that.
Yeah, the Avlona synod literally calls themselves something of the patristic calendar.
Yeah,
I don't think they would have a new
Why would
calendar.
they join new calendar? Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mean
the
this.
synod of the patristic calendar, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, double check on that if you want. If you know my ex, give me any data you have. I will try to get things verified and or cleared.
Okay.
I have 2 pictures of Avlona bishops celebrating with them. I have the links for them, but it's too much in the chat. I thought it was relatively new, so I thought I would warn you, because perhaps, I would have to warn the bishops. Because if that's happening and they are in fact heretics, then they have to be removed from the communion. That's simple. It wouldn't be the first or last. So please give me all the information.
Like Avlona is actually in Greece, Avlona?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can reach out to Bishop Hernandez. He talks
Because there's not that many in the synod, so that would be pretty easy to determine right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, it's
send a picture privately.
What you mean in here?
No, to you privately.
Send it to my
yeah.
ex, or if you want to, they use the old calendar for
editor at NFTU.net.
Yeah, editor at NFTU.net. Yeah, send that to me. They are being misled by this ACBOV synod because they use the old calendar for some parishes while they use the new calendar for others. Oh, that's not good. If they're trying to, that would indicate that they might actually be actively lying to our synod. In which case, it needs to be taken care of immediately. Yeah. So that's send whatever you have. I'll take it up. I'll move it up the ladder. Yeah. I have no fear of doing that. I've done it before.
Yeah, please share.
Yeah. So just give us as much information. Yeah. I remember you made an article on the Montenegrin Synod on NFTU, which this synod communes with, and with the Montenegrins are their own unique problem, and I don't, I did mention them in the past, but they're wacky. But when you're talking about things that are a threat to my communion, I have to do something about it. So please send that over.
Montenegrin, they are wacky.
They are wacky. Yeah, I don't mean to attack, but just I don't want a warning. I want the evidence because I want to get this out. This would not be the first. Let me put it to you this way: this would not be the first bishop, quote unquote, that got outed by people who were concerned. And I don't just mean me. I mean other people too. So we have a right and a responsibility to report heresy, and that's especially as priests and clergy, we have a right to do that and a responsibility to report that to the metropolitans. Of course, that goes through, my bishops, but also because I do have, brother clergy, in Greece, etc., and I can warn them. So yeah, if you have that information, send it to me. Now, if you're wrong and it turns out that they are all on the old calendar and they do venerate all the fathers of the First Ecumenical Council, I'm gonna lay that out. But if you're
time
not
for
wrong,
repentance.
Yeah, but you're not wrong. We got to do something about it. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Please send anything if you have it. You can send it to my email, editor@nfq.net, or if you know me on X, just send it to me in the chat. Yeah, so that's we'll figure it out. But it is relatively new, so yeah. I mean, that from the Romanians that I had in mind have been there for at least 10 years. So these might be new people I'm not aware of. So yeah. Nicholas Thompson says 6'7". Oh boy.
Glad to see you're still awake.
Yep. We're now 16 minutes away from the end. Will we make the goal or will we have to drop to the loss? Right now we're at 183 with a goal of $57 left. Again, help keep the lights on. It really does literally help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give and Go. Just look in the description. We're almost there, guys. And so, yes, you are back, Nicholas. We can see that. Welcome back. So yeah, just it's fine. Other than that, again, it's we're getting to the end here. So, questions, comments. Do you want to ask a question or make a comment? Click the link at the top of the chat, etc. If you're trying to get registered on the AfrosinosCafe.com, let us know in the comments. Yep, Dusty Compromise says nice, and thank you for your help with that, because that helps keep the lights on. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, and we are waiting for comments. New DTC channel post. What's this? Let us find out. Let us see, because we can do that because we're live. What is the new DTC channel post? Let's see.
It's called free advertising.
Exactly. That's what we do here at the NFT channel. We do advertising, free advertising. So let's go to
other true Orthodox.
Yeah, exactly. You go here and let's take a look at the posts. I see someone's having fun with Midjourney. Let me present here. For those who aren't aware, Midjourney is an AI for images, and so here it appears that can we see the image? Let me try to a new tab. Okay, I guess that's as small as it gets. I guess it's a catacomb trailer park. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Yeah, I can. So
where's the banjo?
I don't know. I don't know that they have one, but it's inside the catacombs. So that's pretty funny. Hold on, let me share that instead. So it's pretty. That was done with ChatGPT. Okay, those are getting advanced. That used to be something you'd expect from Midjourney. Nice work. And so yeah.
Hey, Death to Compromise. Have you tried using the video AI stuff yet?
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I mean, we have to wait for him in the chat to respond.
No, that's
this
fine.
is pretty funny. It's a nice little image there. So catacomb trailers. But anyway,
some of that AI video stuff is getting very realistic.
Yeah, it's getting really good, and
yeah,
there's probably going to be some security issues over time.
Yeah, I might have to deep fake Bartholomew. That'd be interesting.
No, don't do that. Keeping him as real as possible is our best defense.
Yeah, just accentuate the reality.
Yeah, I know that a few of the major ones, I know Grok can
like
do
Sora, right?
Yeah, so that's one.
Oh yeah, Grok's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Yep. So let me see here. We're now at 11:17 with some change. It's about to be 11:18. Nicholas Thompson says, let's talk more about the Freemason subverter in 1923 and how the old calendarist movement formed in Greece. The martyrs who defended the old calendar, Rokor, basically the lore. Give us the lore. Meletios Metaxakis didn't actually start in Constantinople. He actually had been thrown out of Jerusalem for actions against the Holy Sepulchre. And then he went to Alexandria, and then he got booted from there. Then he didn't go to Athens. And then he got booted from there and went to America, because that's when he moved the American archdioceses were under the Church of Greece, and he moved them under the ecumenical patriarchate, and then got himself elected ecumenical patriarchate. And then he did the.
That's how you play politics, boys.
Yep. And so then he, he went to.
And he got deposed multiple times, so.
Yeah, but not before writing his ecumenist encyclical, and then finally his successor changing it to the new calendar in 1923, and then the Church of Greece changing it in 1924. And all the people protested, and there were, Athenites coming down who were serving for the people. And within a year or two, they had something like 150 to 200 chapels. And of course, there were new martyrs like the new martyr Catherine Rowdis, a young mother who protected a priest from being attacked by police and ended up getting killed by a police officer. ROCOR, of course, basically formed from the 1920 UKAS, which they used to stay safe from Soviet entrapment as they tried to reform in Europe, first in Serbia, and then in Germany, and then finally in America. And so, it was a hard process back then, but a lot of people worked hard to preserve tradition as well as they could. It was not easy, but it was global, and so that's kind of how it. That's kind of how the battle started for Orthodoxy, to preserve Orthodoxy. So that's how things went. It's history now, of course. Death to Compromise says lore maxing. Duncan Carbonara says that's a lot of different long topics. Covering that lore quickly is impossible. That's true. Anyway, so let's see here. It is now 11:20. It is 11. Did you? No. You all right there, Father?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it looked like you just went to eat something.
No, I'm all right.
Okay. So we're now in the 21st minute. We're 9 minutes away from closing the stream. So let's take a look here. I owe it to you to stick around and answer questions until the bitter end. So let's see.
Or
here.
Sweden, depending.
Or Sweden, depending. It depends on $57. $57 will determine whether this is a sweet ending or this is a bitter ending. I do not know why I just used that voice.
I don't know. I feel like I should haggle a taxi fee with you right now.
Sweden, why are you so annoying? I mean, it could also be an angry Gregory, Colorado. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you do. I see that there. Okay.
Find that absolutely insufferable.
Let me tell you about. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, but it's been a bit of a day, and it's been a bit of a week, and stuff is happening rapidly, incredibly rapidly. So be ready for that. Let me see. Oh, and I forgot the World Councils. Cover that lastly, please. Well, the World Council of Churches actually, I believe, they originally started as something like the Congress of Churches, I want to say, and that was in like 1928. And I think the World Council of Churches was 1950 when they formed. They formed with significant funding from the Rockefellers, etc., interfaith initiatives that were started by many early globalists, and they've been building ever since. Oh, go ahead.
They're trying to be a parallel to the League of Nations, aka the United Nations.
Right, and then they followed the same trajectory.
Yeah.
And so their goal is to make sure everyone is at least somehow united in one body, including non-Christian bodies. So, yeah, they're doing their work. And our job is to fight. Yeah.
UN, one world government. WCC, one world religion. See how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, we just
I have a question. Okay, so the Epstein files have come out, and I think Reader John mentioned, or you guys mentioned, that some people have, have been hit with it and resigned or whatever.
Yeah,
But really, what was it?
The Slovakian premier had resigned over them.
The premier. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty high
And
up.
Bill Gates' wife needed antibiotics.
Oh, that was a horrible part. Wow.
Oh my.
I don't know if you heard about that, Father.
No, I didn't, but I'm imagining, and I don't know. What
Basically,
you can say.
an Epstein email basically stated that Bill was he was annoyed with Bill because he wasn't being a good friend because he ended up going with Russian prostitutes, contracting an STD, and then privately contacted Epstein for antibiotics to slip into his wife's food so she wouldn't notice that she had a disease.
Oh my.
And this is the guy who wants to give everybody vaccines. Now you know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder whether Bill Gates' wife is really a female. But anyway, I don't know.
She divorced him.
No, she left him, and I think. I mean, she's funny looking, but she was a lot less funny looking when she was young.
I mean, Bill's no catch either. Let's be honest.
So my question is really, okay, so you have a higher upper who got in trouble, but how many other higher uppers are they going to get? Like Bill Clinton, the real big ones. The real big ones, I fear that, or I wonder whether they'll really get any kind of real trouble or face any prison time. They seem to be Teflon, they slip out of everything. They manage to survive.
Depends how many more photos come out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we have Representative Thomas Massey, and he flat out said, just based on the evidence we're seeing now, if we don't see a bunch of rich people being perp walked in handcuffs, then this is still a cover-up. So, I don't know.
It's our government.
And it's scary to think, but that all of this was really thoroughly demonic. It's just completely demonic.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And these people involved with this stuff are in it, and it's just, people shouldn't countenance them at all.
Well, it just proves absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yep. And it's this is all a tale as old as time, and unfortunately, unfortunately for them, I mean, fortunately for the public, who's kind of been in the dark over all this, I think that this is going to, this is gonna cause change. I mean, we're literally looking at the opening weekend, and that we're hearing for, the guillotines to come out. So who knows how this plays out in a week, 2 weeks, a month.
Don't go to Minnesota right now.
Yeah, how many distractions are they going to throw to avoid that stuff? Well, that's a interesting issue in and of itself. So, we'll see. We'll see.
It's like they're trying to incite a fight between people.
Yeah, but that only works for so long. Eventually, the truth comes out, like my mother used to say. It always does.
Yeah,
just boils up to the top.
Yeah. Well, that was the job of the agent provocateur, to just provoke people into arguments.
Oh, and they've multiplied that by the millions online. For every legitimate Epstein file drop, there are 2 or 3 people who are just making up some weird, crazy stuff that they want to distract people and make it look like it's not real. But I think people are done falling for that.
We're in a time of information overload, and now we have an information manipulation with AI. So,
yeah. There's so much of it anymore.
Most of the normies are going to be like, "What do I do? Where's the truth at?"
Yeah, well, it's a time for leadership, and this is. I have a feeling we're going to see new leaders rise sooner than later. Yep, 100% demonic. Yep, it is.
My thing is, why trust in the powers that be? Trust in Christ.
Yep, indeed.
That is something you can absolutely trust in, is Christ.
But not your faith in princes and the sons of men.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I mean, the whore in Babylon drank the blood of the saints, and I think they actually do it now. you know, with
I hate to say
adrenochrome
it,
and stuff like that.
I'm starting to believe that that's really. I mean, there's more and more evidence of it happening. It's actually horrifying.
It
Oh, what a
absolutely
note!
is.
What a note to end on, because we're at
Oh
29th
boy.
minute. We're at the 29th minute here, so I'll just say here, thank you to everyone. To of course Father Boniface and Reader John, who are always here and helpful. And they really make this work.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well, to our listeners, to those that ask questions and add comments, and to those who support our mission. Support the channel. We at NFTU need your help. Support us by subscribing or donating at nftu.net and on Give Send Go. We remember all of you in our prayers. And thank you for all your support for NFTU. And as always, if this has been helpful to you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, I will say through the prayers of the Holy Fathers, Jesus Christ, our God, mercy us and save us. Amen. And may God bless you all and have a good night. And
You too.
we are
Benedicite.
Benedicite.